Yo, 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 what is up, my peeps? It's your main mad cop here. We are back with a bit of a different stream this afternoon. It's going to be a very short one. We'll get back to the leveling challenge in a bit. But right now, we gots to do what we gots to do. And that is some heroic Crucible of the Storm with my Guild 1 US Horde Firetree. So let's get it started, shall we? Bring up the stream, we'll bring up the chat. Turn over to here. J-Storm, thanks for the lock, buddy. Afternoon, Kildeye. Stonegaze, happy boy for War Chief. I like it. I like it. So how's everybody doing this afternoon? I hope you're doing good. I really do. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, I suppose I should switch into the raid channel. That would make sense, huh?
Well,
I like how Sarah was like neck level 30 or something like a week ago, and now she's ahead of me.
what do you got now, Sarah?
I'm halfway through 47.
And rapid still.
You've been going crazy, and I've been really slacking lately. I'm at 45
She
and
never
a
fucking sleeps, yo.
Yeah, but we don't have to hit 50
Hey guys, if that's a little bit
like
loud to
60
you,
days from now, so.
let me know.
We've just been going at the same speed.
Congrats, Kildeye. That is awesome.
Wait, I mean, say we're gonna have so much research by the time it comes out, though. The last day, it's gonna be like 10,000 to get 50. If they keep going down the schedule.
I haven't really been doing much on my
Stops next
phone.
week.
I just do my
Oh, it does? I thought it was 6 weeks after.
The 23rd, it stops the 23rd.
Yep.
Okay, it'll be 29K then-ish for 50. Either 29 or 30.
So turn Discord down slightly.
It's going to be 29K for 48 this week.
Sometime in the next couple weeks, I'm just gonna fucking basically set myself up.
Again,
so
guys,
no
this
matter
is my
what,
guild
by the
rate.
end,
I
I'll
have
hit
no
50,
control of the
so-
language, so
Yeah, not
bear
hell,
with
dude.
us.
It's not
Yes.
gonna be like 3 more months until
Yeah.
the shit comes out.
50 is going to be 37K. It's not going to be any.
If you like literally don't play the game for the next 2 months, there's no possible way you won't hit.
Especially with how much they buff the actual like raid Azeroth by it.
Yeah, but we don't usually do the heroic, so that's not really affecting us.
You still get it from Mythic.
You could do it on Raid Finder if you wanted to give you the same.
It does? Really?
It's only 1 per boss, yeah. You do it on heroic, you do it on Mythic, you do it on LFR, it gives the same amount.
Oh, so you can't do it on all of them and then get more
Let's see if
benefit.
there's any good week orders.
Once a week per boss.
That's why they buffed it though, to be fair, because they.
So I should have been doing LF. Okay, I'm not doing LFR Jaina.
But
like-
if you do LFR Jaina, you have a chance at the mount.
I also have a chance of getting like a mental illness from what I.
You have a high chance of getting a gun in my own mouth. I do elf.
Play a healer spec and then you won't.
There's not enough Moscato in the world to
For real,
fucking save
that's
you
what
from
I
that.
did. I just like go
For
in on my
real.
instant queue and I just run around as a raptor.
Actually, I'm not gonna drink Moscato tonight, but I am gonna go get some booze. I'll be right.
It's gonna get the hard stuff.
Straight moonshine. That's some
What the
best traits
hell
you
is
got there.
Funny. How often? How much does it actually heal?
Wait, it's increased by haste too.
I
Oh,
can't
wait.
die in arena. It's 3k for each one every 0.9 seconds, so 9.
Oh, is that? I saw a clip of Sea-Doo like AFK and not dying while 3 people
Yeah,
were
no,
attacking
it's
him.
just, that's exactly what happens. Yep, they cannot kill me.
Imagine Bloodlust only makes that ridiculous.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, eventually dampening, but yeah, they'll have lost.
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes they were attacking him and his health was still not going down. This is like, I mean, presumably very, very, very good PvPers. I don't know what he was doing.
Oh crap! I just realized I didn't change my talents to raid talents.
Probably me.
Well, I'm gonna
because
suck
they're
on this
so
raid.
upset with the state of shaman, right?
I think there's some of these
Tiger's
traits
Lust.
that they make, and then, especially with the
No,
second batch
Ring
of
of
traits
Peace.
that they added in 8.1, and then they're like, yeah, this should be
No
good.
reduction
So
to magic
needs to be a
damage.
pretty high number for people to care about it in PvE, and then they're like, oh fuck, wait, yeah, we have these enabled in PvE.
Let's see if
I can change them slightly.
let's see if K-Maz can guess what I'm drinking. I'll have to give him a hint, but the most like common Wisconsin beer that is only sold in Wisconsin.
Spotted cow.
There you go. That's what it is today. I found a half grain
Yeah,
case
smuggle.
in my fucking. I've had like my best friend lives in Milwaukee and she brings it to me all the time, and I found a half a case in my garage when I was cleaning it out in my cooler from I don't know a party I had a couple months ago, and I put one in the fridge and it was still good, so I got like 6 or 7 of them to drink, and I'm actually going to Minnesota this weekend, so I'm going to stop in Wisconsin on the way back, restock up on my spotted cow.
Okay, that's not an upgrade.
Spotted cow
Sarah.
euphemism.
Sarah, you can't make that joke. You weren't in the guild when Diox was actually in the guild.
I have experienced enough drunk Diox to last me a while. I've met him
That's
about
actually
30
an
times
upgrade.
at this point.
Just because I like to have a drink when I raid doesn't make me Diox. I don't think I've ever been hammered drunk.
What the fuck? I just put one
That's
of
an
those fish heads on,
upgrade.
and I got a whisper from
Well,
nobody
it's a
that I can't click
crossways
on.
upgrade, but
It says,
yeah,
"I
it's
see you,
still a
call
better
them."
stat. Versatility's still better than
Oh,
haste.
probably
Sees you.
here. It's interesting.
That was me.
Downgrade.
Oh,
I just
but
saw
it's-
that you were a cult member too.
That's funny. I can't see your name, but I can't click on it, so it was like really mysterious.
Oh
What
shit!
the fuck? Jesse trolling hard. Hey,
I
can't
still
get
haven't done that
Yeah.
shit at all.
the soul stone or summoning stone. Everybody summon. We can start on this trash while we wait for the. Looks like it's just sushi who's not on right now, so. It's just somebody else. Must be one other person.
So between my trinket and I don't even have kings yet. Between my trinket and the resounding protection, I have like 170k absorb.
Nice.
By the way, if people have alternate stuff to put in their cloak and ring slot, if they're using that set, the set doesn't work.
Oh yeah, good point.
Put on your 5-man set.
5-man
Let's
set. What are they?
Got
Tryhards or
that
something?
Fucking thing. Is it? Can I even get it as tank? I don't know how I've not gotten it the whole.
Get what?
That trinket or the ring, whatever the.
Or the
other
ring
part
cloak should
said
drop
is.
for you. Taste first.
Yeah,
Seals
it's like
of the Empire.
they're both like probably extremely good for you. 'Cause
Yeah,
they both have
I
haste.
just don't own. I don't know how I don't own them.
'Cause
That's the
ring
main
was
reason to push for
super
Rastakhan.
coveted off of Rastakhan. Like, in our heroic kills, it never went to anybody. Or it always went to somebody, I
Fucking
should
haste
say.
weighted too. It's fucking terrible.
You're like the only tank that's hating on that haste. So you...
I don't need any.
So that's a good reminder to
Well,
silence
if I
my
can get
phone.
to
Turn it to silent
33%,
mode while we're doing
it's
that.
not worth it.
That's up, Sarah.
I have to get to 33.3%.
Rand, what's up, brother?
To get an extra keg smash in my rotation, but I sacrifice so many other stats to get there. It's not even more. It's not more survivability.
I'm like one of those baby Sora.
Compa, whatever the fuck it's called.
From fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the compies or whatever the fuck that abbreviation.
Commies?
Yeah, Sputnik's definitely involved.
Some cryptic test.
Get out of there.
Oh.
We're done.
That's the mechanic on the fight.
Yeah.
Who can I kill? Alright.
Everybody.
So,
Did anybody else have a hard time logging in? Just like original loading screen?
Dude, you didn't know Classic came out today?
Bro.
I'm at 28% mastery.
What do you mean I
Full
shouldn't have
stack?
been using AoE?
Proc loot's
I was
all
killing
trash.
my own guildies, you
Trash
say?
at all.
No. That'll
Probably no
teach
trash.
him
I
not
don't know if
to.
there's even trash.
I heard there's trash between the
That'll
bosses.
teach him to
like
not
a
invite me
large
to
amount.
Mythic. Mwahaha.
No, where's
I
I don't
kid.
know.
I kid.
Well, between like this and the last boss.
So don't know anything, lost kill it? Is that what we're doing?
Kim has asked about the range tank. Don't think anybody's gonna volunteer for something like that. So if you're willing to do it, that's fine. But the only thing,
Good try.
cool. The only thing to keep in mind is that you are gonna have to move the boss at times. So that might be a pain in the ass.
Well, that'd be a pain in the ass for anyone since it's ranged.
He's got portals, so he
You
can
set up
Glad-
gateways
yeah,
or
that's-
whatever. Or
that's
ice
fine.
block, pretty much.
9 of 9, what? LFR?
My
The only reason I would
only
say
concerns about me trying this out is obviously my pet takes split damage from me, so if my pet dies, that's
Probably
bad.
because he prefers to go with people actually in the guild rank.
because he can fucking actually ice block as a defensive if he gets really low. Because if that debuff goes away, we're
You don't want to do that, because if you have that debuff removed,
He
then
goes
you become
immune, so he'll
Yeah,
if you ice
target
block
somebody.
You can't ice block that, no, yeah.
well, you can't ice block during the cast. You have to get hit by that, but he could ice block any other time.
If the debuff is ever removed by any means, you'll
Pick someone else's target
and
as a
it'll start
target.
hitting the melee as well. Yeah.
I didn't realize ice block. I didn't think ice block like drop threat or shit like that. I didn't realize
It
was
makes you
debuff.
immune to damage, and AI makes it target somebody else.
Told you, I'll just have fucking angry days.
I'm just bugging you, buddy. I have no idea what
Flexing.
Yeah, but that's
difficulty
okay.
you're
You
on.
have to move the boss constantly, dude. It's not gonna work. Somebody will
Yeah,
end
so
up
it's
pulling
gonna-
threat off the statue if
Even
the
if it
person
didn't,
isn't
it
doing
would-
damage.
When you had to move it, it would lose the stacks, and that would be the end of that. So it wouldn't be able to
And
gain
he was
threat again.
assuming that the statue couldn't even get the stacks, but that doesn't help us either way because as soon as somebody accidentally pulls threat off it, it's away.
Even if it's just when you
And
move it.
nobody is gonna accidentally pull threat off of it as long as they don't hit it for 3 seconds. So
But
they'll
how are you
never
gonna
lose.
move the boss? That's what I'm saying.
And if you move the statue, then they will lose threat.
True.
And as soon as it starts hitting anybody in melee range, it'll just kill everybody because it does splash down.
Also, my secondary concern about it, I'm not sure about how powerful my threat will be, even with the buff, because a lot
Most
of
of your
my
damage is
damage is pets.
Yeah, I would have like project. is a good-
However,
you
I'm
can go
probably
into
the
bear
most
form and taunt
durable
and-
person to do it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a warlock thing, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter as long as whoever does it understands that they are actually tanking. They're not a damage dealer anymore. In that way, you have to keep yourself alive, and you have to make sure that you're moving the boss when we call.
Yeah,
And it does a
I've done
significant amount of damage, like it won't kill
similar
you.
things back when
Yeah.
this was a was a thing in older expansion.
And Druid is pretty bulky too, to be fair.
Yeah, especially with
They have
the rest
Ysera's
of-
gift as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ysera's gift is great.
I hope I didn't offend you, Ren. I was just trying to be silly.
Honestly, think a druid having a taunt's also a big boon.
Right, because even if you don't necessarily need it, it's
But
gonna
is the
give you
taunt
boost.
actually ranged?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Growl's
it's
range.
Bear form, bear, that's normal bear taunts, 30 yards.
Oh,
Well,
right.
I'm thinking like as soon as the person gets threat, they shouldn't be able to loop.
As long as they do damage and we don't for a little bit, they will have threat the whole time.
Do you got a preference on which one you want to tank, Metro? You probably want to take the speaker, because I think the other guy does more physical damage. I remember.
Oh, I'm that
Tanking
guy
one
from
and
the
came in
airship
for
battle in
whoever-
Dragon Soul.
Project or whoever's taking the other one.
Are we going with, or are we inviting Sushi, or what are we?
He's just
I'm in.
not-
I accepted you.
There you go.
Let me ask this question. How do you choose which range
They
takes it?
just need to get initial threat so that they get hit by his first F.A.Q blast, so they can get the increased threat generation debuff.
Yeah, so the way it works is whoever his target is, whoever his actual threat target is, will get a casted at. And then they get a debuff, which is got multiple things, but the main thing is that every time you do damage, you do threat, like considerably more threat to the mob.
Oh,
So
Codex of
whoever
the
is this
Tranquil Mind. I can
person
change
doing this
talents.
will be attacking this mob 100% of the time. You'll be worrying about your own survival, and you'll have to be moving mobs like tanks will.
Alright, well, let's let Project try it, and if it doesn't work out, let somebody else try it. That's what
Yep.
we're gonna do.
It's fine by me. Who wants to do that?
Ooh, I got my
Okay,
threat.
get summoning stone down then please so we can summon Sushi. And we'll get started.
Oh, thank
Maybe
God
the
for
moving part is
awesome
just
guildies.
Gonna have to be like pulling him so that you're outside his range, so he has to run to you like over.
Right,
towards
that's the problem, yes. If at any
You can
point
never
you get...
be close to him
There's a thing
either
down
because
here.
it splashes. The shot he does splashes, so you can't be close really at any point.
So you kind of just want to be like keeping the like trident in between you and the boss, so that you only have to pull him a little bit to get him to move.
Can Project just make sure that his mic and everything's like set up if he's gonna be the one? Don't want him like typing halfway through. It's like trying to say that he needs help.
That's
fucking rude.
I'm just saying, dude. You're the one.
Huh?
Can you put a summoning stone down, please? Thank you. Okay, so we'll begin talking about this. I assume that this is going to be, like I'm making the assumption, not that I assume. I'm making an assumption that this is going to be difficult. It's an extremely complicated 2 encounters, okay? But that said, it does look like we probably are overgearing the fuck out of it on heroic, okay? So either way, we gotta approach it like it's a progression fight because it is very complicated. I hope that everybody has seen it, all right? If you have not seen it, then you're fucked because I can't explain every single one of these mechanics, all right? So, but I will explain some of them. Get this up real quick. There's a couple things that you really need to make aware of. Okay, number one thing is that we have a 3rd tank on this fight, and it's a fucking damage dealer. Okay, so we've agreed that it's going to be Project for now. We'll see how that works out. The person who's doing that, obviously we've talked about that a little bit now, but yeah, basically you just need to make sure that you attack this mob 100% of the time, and nobody else attacks it for a little bit. Okay, these mobs do not share health; they both need to die equally. So this is going to actually cause a problem. We need to make sure that he has full threat on it before we do any damage to it whatsoever, because if by accident it switches off him, we wipe. Okay, that's long story short, all right? The person who is tanking will also be splashing damage. So we marked him, somebody marked him that's smart. Stay away from him, he has to stay away from us, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is gonna mean a healer is gonna be healing somebody who's extremely far away from everybody else, and that'll be probably somebody's job for the whole fight, okay? So keep that in mind. Either way,
Stay
if we
away
don't
from the
do that
circle.
right, we can't even do the fight. So please make sure nobody accidentally pulls threat on whatever the name of this mob is. But anyway,
Speaker.
yes, the the speaker. Okay. So on the pole, we'll be starting with Fatul, the Feared. Okay, we'll be doing full damage to him, and then about 10 seconds in or whatever, we can, I don't know, try to do damage equally to both of them. I'm not really sure how the best approach to killing these is going to look, but it doesn't really matter. The goal is that they both die at the same time, and we don't want them to get to the same energy thresholds at the same time either. So it's probably best that we get a comfortable lead on Fatul and then start killing Zakash or whatever. Okay, so we'll figure that out as we go. But the main thing is that each one of these relics around the room are going to empower the boss in a very specific way. The number one thing is we do not want two of the same one to get eaten by the boss twice. Okay, so for example, Fatul, he's going to eat the red one. All right, we can't have him eat the red one a second time. It's going to be a wipe. Okay, but if we have Zakash, we can go get him the red one. That's fine. Okay, but we don't want probably back to back. I don't really know. So let's see if I could explain quickly which one's which. I don't know what they look like by the top of my head though.
The trident is
I see. They look like what they sound like. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the trident is the protective bubble one, reducing all damage taken by enemies inside. It looks like a Dix Priest barrier, but blue and watery in the last 20 seconds. Abyssal collapse. When custody of deep bubbles pops, it erupts and deals frost damage. More HP left on bubble equals more damage to the raid. So we have to kill the shell. Okay. Void Stone is the one that is on the right, that's blue, and that is a healing reduction. So we need to make sure that before we do that one, everybody's topped off. And Bubbles, the boss, empowers the stone, absorbing 525k damage. When the bubble is broken, healing reduction is removed. Increases damage dealt by the boss who uses the relic by 10% for the remainder of the fight. Yes, of course. And then the final one is Tempest Collar. This is the big healing one. This is the red one, I guess. Yeah, the red one. AoE damage to the raid. 14k per second, nature damage for 15 seconds. Also causes players to deal 50% less damage for 3 seconds, refreshes with each tick of the damage. Annihilate. If the Storm Buff's boss hits a player that's below 25%, they die. Okay? So if while we're doing this mechanic, anybody is below 25% health, you die. There's no, you instantly die. Okay? So this is where we'll need all healing CDs, basically. The fight itself should not be very healing intense. You will use 100% of your healing CDs both times that we do this, and that'll be it. So I'm thinking maybe the way to do it is the first boss gets to red first, and then we don't do it again until the end, or something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but if anybody has any suggestions on those things, let me know. Otherwise, the rest of the mechanics are just so crazy. I can't explain every single one of them. Hopefully, you guys have already known them. But there's going to be one that you need to, like, it's a DPS increase, but makes you take tons of damage. So that needs to be dispelled at the right time. You'll get damage when you dispel it as well. So these things are concerns. Let's see. There's frontal cone. You want to dodge that, obviously. If you get
relatively close.
Yeah, everybody wants to be relatively close. There's going to be something to dodge on the ground. You want to move out of that. Sushi, are you coming, dude, or what? The stone has been up and it's gone already in your...
If you get hit by that cone, then you become targetable and attackable by everybody in the raid for like 4 seconds. So you'll get hit by everybody, just splash AoEs and take a lot of damage, probably.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways that you can get mind control. It's not actually a mind control. You just become hostile. You can still do everything that you want, and we can do still everything we want, but we can't interact with you, and you can't interact with us. Otherwise, you damage us. So I don't know. These are so complicated. It's not. I don't feel like it's worth going over.
Do you want to do Fatul on X and then Speaker on Skull? Is that like the plan for initial?
I don't really know what the plan should be. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't
know. We gotta have him have enough threat on Speaker and have them stacked so we can cleave off both of them to break the shield for Skull. So definitely can't do Skull first, but I would say, like, I don't know. You could do X square Skull and maybe people's CDs will come back up to try to help break the shield.
It's just like, I don't know what this is going to look like, right? First of all, Speaker has less health than this guy. I didn't think that was going to be the case. But it's like, we need to kill them equally, but if they break at the same, like if they have the same threshold broken each time, we're gonna have double overlap, and that's gonna be a wipe. So it's like, I don't know. I'd say let's just give it some goes and
go on Fatul until we proc his thing on X, and then go on Speaker until we proc his thing on Square, and then go Fatul on Skull and stack them both, and hopefully by the time we break the shield, because they won't be taking damage, it'll just be breaking the shield, then we can move Speaker to fucking X again. Like, we would just go around in a circle and like. Yep. But that'll give enough time for Project to get threat on Speaker. And like the big thing I saw was anybody that can multi-dot, just multi-dot Speaker, and that'll take care of most of it because you're gonna have one person full DPS, and if anybody that can multi-dotting Speaker, it'll work out.
So I think like the overarching themes of this fight is obviously we gotta manage when the three like empowerments happen or whatever, which object the bosses get and such, and then dealing with the ads that these guys spawn correctly throughout the fight.
Yeah, that's something I didn't mention, but hopefully you know about the ads. The main thing I think is the range one that needs to be interrupted. If we knew, we want to make sure that if all three of their casts get off at once, basically they cast an ability that kills them, but it does a ton of damage. So we want to let one go through, a second one go through, a third one go through. So 2 people interrupt the first round, 1 person interrupts the second round, the third one gets off. Okay, so.
And they gotta do it timing because it puts a debuff on us after one explodes.
That's a good point. It might actually be more than 1 interrupt per round as well. So these are things that we have to consider. So I say let's just get some look. I feel like something.
When do we want to lust?
That's another great question. Probably the start, maybe. I don't know.
So am I tanking him on Square to start off?
It doesn't really matter where you tank him out of the gate. Just make sure you have full threat on him, and then eventually we'll have to be moving him around, and we'll talk about when and where we need to move.
Okay, just let me know.
For now, you could just take him wherever's comfortable for you, and we'll talk about moving him as the fight progresses. It's gonna be a little hectic, but.
And you said splash damage that I'm watching out for. Is that?
Yeah, people just need to
if you
not
splash
stand on
anybody, then they get that thing where they're attackable, and we can't.
Okay.
Just stay
so
away
like
from
the
those.
cone or whatever.
Yeah, it's similar to the cone.
The projectile that they fire at, but it does the same thing.
So as long as he's targeting me and I'm like faced away from the reed, should be fine, right?
Yeah, it's within 5 yards of your character.
Okay.
So like if everybody's over here by red and you're over there by blue, that'd be fine. But if, for example, we have to move over to blue and you don't realize this, and everybody gets on top of you, we wipe. You know, these are things that are probably going to happen at some point. So.
Okay, we'll just let me know.
This week we're taking a minute.
That's we don't need weak cards. Let's go. Do you slice shall it be? People with that flask.
Sorry.
This thing just went away.
I think I just took the last one when I clicked.
We have more than 30 people you can't be taking. We have like 30 or so people you can't be taking too.
Anybody have an extra flask?
Who needs it?
Just trading against me. Come on, son.
Yeah, man, it's covered.
Tara, did you get one?
Ready.
What?
Yes, alright, here we go.
No.
Well, this is not going to be good. I can tell the first couple of pulls of this are going to be annoying. Yeah, heroic, Nicholas. Mythic's not out yet.
5.
That's next
4,
week.
3, 2, 1.
Make sure you guys are behind the boss as well.
Was it 4 or 5, something like that?
Yeah, 4 is probably the good choice.
Oh, we'll have to soak those.
After they fall,
Yeah, they get smaller each time they go.
No, Stromy.
Should we have them closer together?
Good.
Not yet.
Quake in fear of his endless
Broken?
Beware.
Is this the healing one, UCD?
These are the exploding dudes.
Figuring out who's interrupting when.
I think we can have another one explode now.
Yeah, that, oh. Yeah, let's.
Hold those guys.
Yeah, that far one's going. Okay, good.
Okay, keep that
Yeah, I
interrupted.
interrupted this one. Yeah.
And now it can explode again.
And
It's
now
safe.
we need to start thinking about getting the other guy much lower. Okay, don't interrupt again. Everybody come over here, make sure you don't pull threat, but kill this. Move as far as away from us as you can, Project.
Whoops, sorry,
You
dude.
can't close, so you're taking way too
Be stood back from. Get threat initially. Next range. Get threat on speaker. 100.
Yeah. The farther you are away from the Bob, the less damage you take from him, dude. So you want to be 100% as far away as possible without accidentally moving him.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the max range right there for me.
Have like major lag.
Hey, Broad.
Here.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
literally as
Bucky.
far as you can be away before he moves.
Yeah, that's fine. He can move. I'm just saying, like, you have to.
Do we protection or do you?
I'm not sure why he would move if he's casting. I don't understand.
I don't know if it's
We can
it's not that much of a... Yeah, it's
literally right there. Swipe it up, guys. Up in the water and die.
Yeah, he definitely...
He
I'm not
hits
entirely
pretty
sure
hard.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of his range, but he hit you for like more damage sometimes and less damage other times, so definitely gotta like play with the range to make sure you're in range of it.
Yeah, like, if you are in melee range of him, you will not survive.
Does 100k shot, like base, so before the drop off.
But the way I would suggest handling it in part is just to start the fight over around the corner here so that you're already like in a position, but like where, like I don't know exactly where we want the raid to be, but
also have a misdirect on the range tank at the start.
well, it's
Hey,
not something with
Beerheart.
a threat on him as
I
just
have
positioning
threat
himself
period
out.
on.
This
It looks
so,
nasty.
like, that's kind of annoying that they wander around.
It's gonna take us a few pulls. Yeah, this is Mythic isn't out yet, so this is heroic.
Trident and then like move him, and then we need to move.
So do I need to bring him to the Trident first?
Not for a bit, but once we're doing that.
Well, them picking up the things is triggered by their health, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, whenever they reach the 75%, 50%, or 25%.
I would just get him standing on blue because we want to go X blue skull. I think.
Let's do that. I think blue's better second anyway, so it doesn't really matter as long as it's not red twice in a row with two different bosses, especially. Okay, let's keep trying.
So I know if you stand out of the ring, you get that debuff where you take 99% reduced healing and damage for 30 seconds. Is that like past blue, or is it like where I'm at right now? Like what?
No, that's in the water. You can't. Yeah, you're not.
Oh, okay.
That's if you stood in the water. Yeah.
We pretty much handled the three guys.
Yep, that was
correctly.
perfect.
The debuff that they stack on us is fairly short. It seemed like only 5 seconds.
Okay, cool. That's even better then. All right, let's get another pull.
Yeah, you really just gotta stagger them slightly. It's only like maybe like
4
4 or
seconds.
5.
6
It's
seconds.
4 seconds.
Right. Well, like 4 or 5 interrupts pretty much does it though.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture it is whispers. In the shadows.
So many delightful possibilities.
Looks like a cone. Get out of that. Okay, we're close to it. Yep. AoE healing.
There's the ads.
Yeah, make sure the ads aren't a problem. Start moving boss over to blue, I guess, right?
I just got wrecked.
I wipe it up.
Oh, that was Annihilate.
Do the ads always spawn in the same place?
No. At least they didn't.
Exactly, then. They don't know how awesome you are.
What is Annihilate? What is that?
That's the 25%.
Oh, the 25% thing, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's a big problem there. Like, everybody's gonna be over here, you're gonna be really far away. Just need to make sure that he does not die there.
Definitely would be a time that I would be moving around. Like you just went outside my range as I was casting it.
So we need to kill the ads when they spawn?
They kill
No,
themselves.
those 3 ads kill themselves when their cast completes. We just have to stagger them there so they die separately because they put a debuff on us that increases the damage the next one does.
So we want to like interrupt 2 of them and let one cast go off or something like that?
Yeah, and then let the
6
stack
seconds
drop.
is how long we have to wait.
It's like let one go, the furthest one go, interrupt the 2 closest ones, and then the next furthest one you interrupt it twice, and then let that one go.
So do we want to assign like 2 people to interrupt them so they don't accidentally get interrupted?
Yeah, they never do Mythic week 1.
Pretty obvious. There's 23 people in here.
I'm just saying that
3 elemental shamans.
10
They can
people
easily
try
cover.
to interrupt them at the same time.
Yep. You guys want to
Sorry,
do that?
4 elemental shamans. My bad.
Also, sort of like, no, we're just starting out, but as soon as like we get that guy empowered, we can just move him over to the other guy, so we can do some splash damage because we'll eventually need them on top of each other to break the bubble.
I mean, how often does the thing go on the project? Like,
What thing?
5 seconds, I think. The cast itself.
Oh, the threat.
Like honestly, as soon as we switch Metro, like I don't know if you want to go first, and then I can use my speed taunt to get him over there quicker.
Okay. Yeah,
so like as soon as the first switch happens, I would think you should be able to just. Cleave
Based
them.
on this, the first switch is happening when we're in that first mechanic, so that's fine. Basically, as soon as the mechanic starts, we can move the boss over there, and then it'd be good because we'd be closer to Project 2, so we didn't have to worry about that. All right, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture, Hades whispers. Cower before his might.
I need to get closer. I am out of range.
He's gonna pick it up.
That big AoE healing, we can move boss.
Beware.
Yeah, debuff off is shooken.
I am out of range.
Now we should be on this guy.
Yeah, damage on this guy.
Don't stop.
Your dream.
2-1 up.
It is too hard.
Oh, you can stun the ads too? Nice.
Oh,
You can
cool.
even knock them back.
Oh, really? I'll just grab him there.
I'm pretty sure.
So should we just mark the one that we do want the cast to get off on?
The witness the end isn't interrupted by knockback. Or is it probably only like disorient, stun, and stuff like
Okay, so when y'all move over here, where do I need to go? Straight to skull? Or?
Yeah, start pulling them towards skull, so but you don't want to get out of range of us before we start.
Oh no, we want to do blue first. So yeah, just keep him here.
Yeah, but he can stand.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
he can start
yeah.
angling himself towards that.
As long as you're not out of range of healers, you can go wherever the fuck you want. As long as you're
I
not
would
next to us.
honestly go like over by Star.
Yeah, just so you're pulling him in that direction when you do move. You're like already heading in the direction you want to.
So like when we go there, just like kind of like in an
Hey,
arc,
Theo,
go
how's it
from
going?
where you pulled around the boss over to Star, and then we all just stack on square. Like as soon as the first boss mechanic happens, and then you'll be the only one out. Like everybody else should be stacked anyway, or close, like loosely stacked on the boss.
Yeah,
Except
have a
for
look.
everybody was spread out between here.
how soon it happens under the fight and how often it happens, but that crushing doubt debuff needs to make sure we handle that correctly, obviously.
Okay, yeah, I think that might have went off because we took some really weird spike of damage that I didn't reckon. Yeah, so
system sound, okay.
Let's try stunning 2 of the first, or 2 of the ads, and then just letting the other one go off. And that should probably buy us enough time. If we just interrupt them one time after the stun, we can just let the next one go off after that.
Hey, Theo.
And then we'll just have one.
That's what I was saying about before, because it's like you get the first 2, whether it's a stun or an interrupt, and then get one of them again, and get another one again, just to space it. Second cast.
okay, yeah, we'll see. I think whatever the farthest one away from where we are is probably the one that we want to let go off, just so nobody else to go over to it.
Yeah, always just let the farthest one go off, and then I guess we should try to stun the other 2, so we could buy us a little bit more time.
Cool. Let's try that. Everyone's ready?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture Hades whispers. Kneel in the shadow of his glory.
There's that cerebral stomp.
Wait,
Are you ready for big healing here? We'll move over to the boss here as well.
Behold, the end of your pitiful defiance.
You can't grip him.
Far one.
Oh yeah, so we didn't let any go off yet. That far one's going off. Interrupt the other 2, please.
Somebody else.
Somebody else interrupted it. Okay, that one's gone now. Should be on this guy now. And let him go off. Just the assault. Please
on
let one go
skull,
off. Thank you. Do not interrupt again.
Facing it towards skull.
Here we go, the blue one. This is the void one. This is the shield? I can't remember which one it is.
Yep.
This is no healing until.
So yeah.
Yeah.
They kill us out of this?
They're trying to move the boss over to Skull Project.
So Ryan, you move it?
Need you to taunt, Metro. You try to get the bosses moving until you get them stacked, because we're gonna have to cleave when they go back on foot. If you want to start swinging over towards X Project, since it's where we're going.
Okay, so we're about to get Skull now.
I want to keep this ad like so it doesn't cast.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we gotta keep him low.
Yeah, it sounds
Try
like
to
away
pull.
from me.
Try to keep pulling.
Kill
speed.
Yeah, this ad constantly resurrects
You're good.
itself once it gets to 1 HP and then it goes away after 3 minutes.
Trident.
Get the trident. I'll pull him over. Just keep him there. Oh shit! You gotta get him in the bubble. Project.
You want this
Try
far
to get
away
him in the bubble.
No, leave the far one.
You're good. Good metric on.
You're gonna have it again though immediately.
That's going.
We're getting this again.
Yep, I got weak ores for this.
That's weird.
What?
You couldn't get the same one.
No,
It didn't
no,
matter
no.
about.
Different. It's different.
Terrifying echo.
I'm retarded. This is interesting. I need to
And
turn
you're out,
off
there you go.
metric.
What happened? I can't.
Haunted the fucking speaker.
Oh, that's fine. Only stats. I don't give a fuck.
Gotta get them both
Okay, so
over.
yeah, get up now. Watch the cell. Watch the cell. Watch the cell.
We're just gonna get
Just stay away from a bit. Project, like, try to keep yours away. I bet.
Keep an eye on that.
So we got Beerus for you.
Go away eventually, or what?
Laundry, get that out.
It's almost at full
Yeah,
health.
it goes away after a set period of time.
Add.
Kill skull.
These pets are way too close in health. Which one are we focusing?
The tool first.
Get it. Just pull speaker away if you can. Towards square. Like, take your time, but.
I'm gonna kill Adam about 15 seconds. If it's not going. Never mind.
This is gonna be another really big heal phase, so get ready for this.
Darkness.
Easily.
A lot
Go
of
ahead and taunt whenever. That's right.
Ready in.
Beware.
Stack up.
Behold, the end of your pitiful defiance.
Witness the ends.
Let the furthest one. Let the furthest one get off. Let the closest one get off. Now.
Give me a please, quick.
I died too.
Thanks, just died. I don't know what happened.
Pretty cool though.
I'm over.
Yeah,
Well then.
buff. Yeah, we can't do that.
Oh.
Got honorable kills.
Yeah, we're idiots. We fucked up.
Do what?
We used the same one a second time before the bosses were dead, so we got 300% damage.
Oh, it was supposed to be Zash, whatever. At this point, that's my fault. I made the wrong call. Yeah.
Wait, so each boss can only get each row at once. Okay, I thought they just couldn't get it the same one in a row.
No, ever.
No,
Like they get the buff from the thing residual, it makes them do a little bit more damage, but that's if they get a
Probably because I'm more concentrated right now on
for the bubble. I was gonna
mechanics,
say what
because it's our
what
first
the
time
fuck?
in here that
Like,
I am
why
on
couldn't we just
my
do
rotation.
one boss at all three and get them low, and then the other boss at all three and get them low? Like, seems like way easy.
Because we can multi-dot and stuff.
Also, this is sort of secondary, but there's a thing that goes out called Promises of Power. That it's like the thing on the last boss in the 5-man here. You do more damage the more stacks you have. And
Did
you have
anybody
less
get
health.
that?
I had 9 stack, and then someone dispelled me when I wasn't taking damage. Was my point.
No, I had to dispel you before big hits of damage come in, or you'll get one shot.
There was nothing.
There was no damage happening.
We were supposed to be.
Was my
having that
point.
thing happen. That's why I dispelled Rick as well, because I thought we were about to have the big.
Yeah,
same.
Just realized if there's no damage or there is damage, you're gonna die immediately. Like you're 90% less health.
Yes, but I'm very bad at the game. I need to pay a lot of attention.
Hang on.
Okay, so do we want to do that again? So we want to do Fatul at X, and then speaker at square, and then Fatul at skull, and then speaker at skull.
I have weak ones over here.
I quite like
and
that.
then speaker at X, and then Fatul at square, and then we should be killing them after that, right?
That's fine. I like that. It sounds right.
I've got the weak ores for here. They're...
So speaker square first, then skull, and then X, right?
Yep, and then Fatul is going to be the same order, but we're going to go X square skull. Or sorry, X skull square.
And then we'll go back to blue with
see what it's
Fatul,
like.
and then we'll go to red with Vash, and then that'll be it. All three of them have been gotten.
Well,
Fight.
we're doing Speaker at square, and then Skull, and then like we need to get him at X next, so he's gonna be done.
I'll
by the
do my
time,
best to keep my Rising Sun
like
King
Zax is gonna be done by the time we get
to.
to back to square, and then we need to take.
I know
Fatul
I'm
to
a bad player.
Or to X, sorry. Speaker's going to be done when we get back to
working on it,
X,
buddy.
and then we need to take Fatul to square for his last one, and then we just stack them and kill them.
Yeah,
So
I've got
we
a
would have
thing for it. I just have it onto the
focused
side because
Speaker
I've
on
been,
X there and
been
put
streaming a
Fatul
lot lately.
over on square, and then when Speakers was like basically the same thing we do at the beginning project, like you're going to want to get Speaker to X, and then we pop it,
the
and
last
then, like,
thing in my
you go
vision is this
over
part of the screen where my
to square,
weak work
like
or my
once he
cooldowns
starts
is.
the Empower thing, so we can stack them again.
Hold on, I was starting it. I started at
It's
square.
not
You gotta understand that my
way more
monitor is a
complicated than
44-inch
that. Do
television.
exactly
It's
what we
tough
did
to
there, but don't
see
go to
everything.
red instead. That's the only mistake.
Okay.
Well, he needs to
I've
go
never
to
made
red.
a
go to
weak
red.
order.
I'm
I
saying
have no idea
us.
how to make a weak order.
I mean you.
I have no
I'm
idea how to
talking
even
you.
edit weak orders.
Right, I was just saying,
So
basically, what
I'm
we
not
do
gonna
at the
do it, but
beginning,
in the
we
middle of
prep
progression
the
on the
tools and
first
then
thing
take
of
it to
a raid
square.
that I'll look into.
At the end, it's going to be the exact opposite. He's going to take Speaker
yeah,
to
for
X,
sure,
and when
for
that
sure.
one gets procced, he can drag
Which,
him
to
over
me,
to
is
square, and then we finish, once the healing shit is done, we proc the tools, and then we're done. That's all I was trying.
Alright, here we go. Let's go work.
I have
What do you think, Collar?
many lucky do's you like.
I say we made an error.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture Hades whispers. Kneel in the shadow of his glory.
Please soak those two if you guys can. They're not bouncing around constantly.
Ideally when they're not giant.
Do we want more than one people soaking them?
Anybody can soak
It
them.
helps have more than
Wait, was that a yes or?
One person.
you don't want to soak it when it's giant. Wait till it gets small.
Yeah, it bounces several times and it gets smaller. And then once
Here's
it's
the
small,
healing.
you can soak it to take less
Make sure
damage.
nobody is below 20% health, or whatever, 25%. This defense is here to make sure you're not. Keep project, obviously. We've now interrupted all the mobs. Probably a good thing, honestly. Alright, make sure this is the target now. Skull's a target. Let the farthest one go. I'll put a box on its head. Do not interrupt box. Interrupt the other two, please. Direct. Wait until the debuff goes and interrupt them again. That's actually gone already.
Do I need to
let
start
the last
moving
one go. Yeah. Actually, sorry, no.
Still on blue, we're still on blue. Keep
Everybody
killing.
should be killing.
You guys should be killing Skull right now. Please stop killing the other bot.
Yeah, we gotta tightly control the HP of these bosses.
We're already like looking like we're in serious trouble there. That's impossible.
Is your statue for not for
All will be consumed.
Okay. No healing phase.
Your screams
Kill
will
this ad.
echo through his halls.
Box on it so we don't lose track of it.
And now start dragging them over.
Get both the moon now, or skull, sorry.
The attacking skull. The new
Skull
skull.
next. Do not kill Yash, whatever the speaker first. Killing skull first.
Kind of drag him a little away, so.
What?
Ad's alive.
Gotta kill the visage.
Kill blue quick.
You will drown in your
And we're in skull phase now, whatever. It's not ideal.
Behold the end of your pitiful defiance.
The furthest one go. Let Moon get off.
Watch the assaults.
Okay, everybody should be on speaker.
Spell me, please.
Be on speaker.
Back in the message at far.
Go ahead and talk.
Okay, he's about to pick up his implement.
Watch the thing.
Your pathetic existence.
Okay, you know you move when you get there, right? Visage, get on. Be cleaving. Gotta kill the Visage.
Pull the other one over.
I'm Metro Taunt. Okay, now move speaker over to X and stay on speaker, guys. Stay on Skull.
Watch the Visage.
Watch the assault.
Visage is almost ready.
Okay, kill that Visage. Blue.
Your flesh is forfeit.
Yeah, we should probably start going over to Square Metro, and then once Skull picks his up, you can start moving it. Project over to. You might want to start rotating.
To pick it up.
Go back to school?
Square.
AoE damage, storm.
Nobody below 20%.
Visages, 2.
Visage on the.
Happening. You watch this assault. God damn.
Ad's alive too.
Both.
Deal with that.
Yeah, there.
Let's go.
I got feared.
Yeah, you don't deal with the ad. We all get feared.
Close. Way too many deaths, but obviously other than that, it was easy. Not sure how you guys died. We'll kill all these people.
I died early in the fight to having 9 stacks of the promises of power.
This is first boss.
I think we need to try to not. I think we need to have one of the skulls be last. We can't do both skulls back to back because that means we get 2 Visages that we have to deal with constantly.
No, that's not how it works. It's based on the caster. The caster puts the Visage out, the Fatul puts the 3 ads out.
Your dream dies.
Whew. We're getting close though.
It's just every time they get lower.
So what happens if the swirlies get like really small and nobody soaks them?
They just keep bouncing around.
Didn't that Visage only have 1.2 million health? Why is it taking so long?
People aren't switching.
Here's what happens is they don't actually never die. You just give them the 1 HP to.
Well, no, I know that.
Yeah, I'll look into it for sure.
1.5
so much time to get in.
It's not something I can look into this second. I just can't.
Like we had a solid 15 seconds to kill 2 1 million health
people to learn a fight. So.
There's also something that's like a little purple mechanic that goes on you.
As much as possible.
Like when you move, it follows you. What
Puts a slow on you every 2 seconds, so you gotta start running as soon as you get it, and then at the end it does damage to the whole raid based on how far away people are from it. So you want to try to run immediately and get it as far out as you can.
Yeah, that's the crushing out mechanic right now.
I appreciate the help
Yeah, if
though.
you
I
have
really
that
do.
on you, especially if you think you're not going to get out very far, then start heading out immediately. But when it expires, you need to be extremely far away from people if you can be. But it's honestly like, other than the one-shots, we can easily survive most of these mechanics, it looks like. So I'm not concerned with anything. We just need to be a little bit more organized about what we're killing when.
What happens if we bop it? We'll just go off immediately.
Deals for a friend of the Grumbles. Like you.
Too much crap in my bags.
Make sure you guys prepare. I had a yellow weapon.
Oh yeah. there's only one dispellable thing in this fight, and it's the
That
it's the
debuff, that buff that
promises
you
of
get.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I say, I really
Speaker will
appreciate
cast,
the help. I do. It's just not something I can
promises
concentrate on this second.
or Dark Herald on a player, and that player
with
gets
the,
a ring around them, and anybody within
The
the
charity
ring
drive that we're
gain
doing, I haven't
stacks
been doing as
promises
much
of power
Windwalker as I
on
should
top
probably.
of the person that was cast.
I'm probably more of a liability
also.
than anything for these guys in this raid right
So
now.
if you wanted to game it to get a bunch
But I'm
of
doing my best to
people's
learn it as quick as
stacks,
I can.
you could definitely do that, but it also is dangerous because the person that
Honestly, what I should
spells
really
it
do is
takes
move
a
my
bunch
weak
of
auras right here so I can see them.
Yeah, you can't like spell like 5 of them die. Like 70k per each one.
Yeah, but I don't have a weak aura for kicking fists. I have a weak aura for everything.
The purple, or I'm sorry, the blue marker. Okay, it's the void stone you're asking about. Bubble is the boss who empowers the stone, absorbing 525k damage. When Bubble is broken, healing reduction is removed. So that should be the easiest one. We basically can't heal each other for a little bit, but as long as everybody's topped off before that phase starts and we don't do anything stupid, we should be able to get him out of that extremely quick. Right? The other, obviously, the red is probably the most dangerous, and then Skull is pretty easy too, really. So
That's what I'm using. Like,
like I say, there's only so much I can concentrate on
I
at
think
once.
what we've been
trying to
doing is
concentrate
when
on
we're at
Discord to
Skull,
listen
we'll
if
push
there's anything I
the
need to
tool
do
or
or my
whatever,
name's
he'll
called
pick
or
up the
anything like that.
trident,
So.
and then I think we're immediately switching to speaker, and we're not breaking Fatul's bubble as much as we should.
I think.
Oh, we are, because the bubble goes away. Like, that's why we're cleaving them. We cleave both.
But the bubble also explodes for damage based on the absorb.
I'm sure it does too. I'm just,
keep,
like I say, I'm
pulling
not
that-
going to look for it this
the
second.
one ad around the room as we're going, so it's always nearby, like melees, so we can always manage to make it.
Yeah,
easier.
it was pretty good for most of that.
Yeah, Infective's right. Like, when the bubble comes up at Skull for Fatul, you gotta stay on him until the bubble goes away, and then switch to Speaker.
Yeah.
Creates a protected bubble, reducing damage taken by all enemies inside by 75%. Lasts 20 seconds.
That's why we want him over here, there, so we can cleave and do more damage.
More
into the bubble
HP
to get
left
rid of
on
the
bubble equals more damage to radiant.
We never took damage from that bubble.
I didn't think so. Alright, she sliced with.
Oh, okay. I guess
Yeah,
it's
he'll be
and
back
its
in just a
allies,
second.
so it doesn't matter which one we're damaging inside the bubble.
Okay. We want more targets in the bubble, that's all.
So you actually can switch, right?
You just don't want to. Ideally, you don't want to have a timing of that guy that fears in the bubble at the same time.
I mean, if it was in the bubble, so even if you're attacking that, you're still doing damage.
It's fine. It's fine as long as
You don't want it to happen outside the bubble.
kill.
Right, but you can't get him to 1 health if he's inside the bubble, being all his damage absorbed while we're trying to break.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? Ice block,
control
she slice.
where those things go, though, can you? Like, if they...
Sheedred said he had to step away for a second.
Yeah, he's been away for more than a second. Going without him, or what's happening?
You just said red.
Yeah, you
Ice
can.
block.
Yeah, I mean, just you can go without him, I guess.
Alright, let's go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Embrace the Master's truth! Heal with the shadow of his glory.
You guys gotta start dodging that cone, please. Stop getting hit by this cone. Okay, get ready to heal.
Beware. Behold, the end of your pitiful defiance.
Okay, on to speaker for damage.
Everybody's on speaker now. Then we go perfect. One more. Good. Thank you.
Taunt whenever.
Okay, now let the next one go off.
Dodge that.
Picking it up.
Taunt whenever Mitch.
Your screams will echo through his halls.
Start moving them to skull. Both bosses.
Okay, Fatul is the target now.
As soon as the bubble goes up, you can cleave off of speaker.
Ah, fuck me, dude.
There you go.
Visage.
Visage.
Adds up.
The visage.
Actually, it's all. Get ready for bubble. As soon as it happens, we can swap. Yep, go ahead and swap
I
now.
just DC'd. Fucking I-beam's too strong.
Get back in here.
There's 3 guys.
The hell, did you knock that back there?
I did, yeah. Visage is about to be fought.
I'm on the back one.
This is.
We did not interrupt. I guess I should have called it out. I saw it. My bad.
Can we just have, can somebody, like one of the ranged, just take the job of marking one to not interrupt?
No, we interrupted one, but nobody interrupted either.
Aware, I'm saying that we still need some kind of coordination of which ones to interrupt and which ones to.
Yeah, I mean melee just can't do it.
Well, actually, we missed an interrupt on 3 of them because 3 of them went up.
I understand that. I'm saying, I think a lot of people are going, oh, well, I'm just going to let that one get off, and they're looking at, everybody's looking at different ones, and if you mark one.
Great. Yeah, Project can do it. This is perfect, since he's not really doing a lot anyway. That's perfect. Just mark it with the blue if you can.
Those visages can be knocked back and gripped, they just can't. That won't interrupt them, but it can move them around, so I just knocked one into melee since I figured help the bubble break, cleave it, and it would be there for people to interrupt.
Yeah. Just put those on the boss every chance you get.
So it was already silenced by the thing, whatever beam that somebody put down.
Did people with crushing doubt happen to notice if they got a mark on them?
Is that the thing you run out to the side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you do. The latest
You can see it on you. It's a swirl around you. It's really easy. The other mechanic is like a thin circle around you, so they're even easy to tell apart.
No, it's because I got a setting in Bigwigs that supposedly it's supposed to mark people that have the thing. If I got assist or whatever, which you do.
I think you did.
Yeah, no, I do, but that's why I was asking.
I mean, I think you did mark people. I saw people getting marked, but I didn't know what, like, if that was coinciding with the mechanic or if it was something.
Oh, that was probably it then.
How do I mark, being that it's not showing up on the left-hand side, like the raid member frame?
Don't have assist.
Maybe he doesn't know. Main attack doesn't give you a sense.
Allow you to mark.
How do you mark though? Since it's not popping up.
You have to keybind it, yeah. You don't have a keybind, don't worry about it, I'll just do it. Pay more attention to it.
Right.
I can try to do it too. What are we using? Square is the one
Yeah,
I like it up.
just use block.
And square is the one we're not interrupting.
Nobody interrupt square.
I think we got this.
Okay, Master Sushi. Obviously, it's taking us longer than I expected, but please just stay focused here, and we get this kill this pull. All right, everyone's ready.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture in his whispers. Pay for your crimes before his might.
There's the ads on mark 1.
Behold, the end of your pitiful.
Okay, don't interrupt block.
Primary damage on speaker.
Taunt whenever much.
Got it. Sorry.
Do not interrupt block. Now don't interrupt ever again.
I got block. Make sure you don't interrupt block. Nice work. Watch this beam thing.
Top ladder. Okay, start moving both bosses to skull.
Make sure you're still on him though. You kill him first.
Yeah. And doesn't really matter.
No, it does. He has the thing on him. Okay, now we're on the tool first. They're pretty even though, so it doesn't matter.
The visage is up.
Yep, kill that. Quickly, everybody switch to it before we get this mechanic.
Watch the assault. Taunt my turn. Relic. Switch to speaker.
Yep, new skull.
My bad.
The 3 ads.
Let box go. Let new box go. I'll stay out and interrupt. Dude. Let boxes go.
Visage is up.
Kill that visage before we go this main phase here.
Interrupt this up.
Don't interrupt again. Watch the blast. Okay, we should be on skull. Gonna be another shield mechanic. Time there's gonna be a new visage.
Pathetic existence will be washed away. Your screams will echo through
Go back on Fatul now. Leave off them both.
No, we want to stay on speaker.
We want to get that code down.
Speaker is going to X.
I think I went out too far with that mechanic. I went I went too far.
No, we have to do speaker on X. It's the next one.
We're gonna have 2 visages though.
Yeah. I mean, we can take Fatul to square and do that first if you want. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do blue first.
Do the Fatul to blue. So start trying to take your boss over to X project whenever.
So who are we supposed to be on?
Skull.
Cool.
This is coming up.
Yeah, watch this. Get on it, everybody's on it. Watch this, whatever this mechanic
Not your
is.
top.
Yeah, I'm trying.
No, I never play with raid frames because it
Gonna happen
covers
again.
up my
We have to
entire
stay on
screen
him until we
if I
break
have
the
raid
shield, and
frames
then we
on.
go over to the final part with red.
We're gonna get Visage Mage.
And as a DPS,
Wait,
I've never had a need
Can you
for
grip?
it.
Can.
Right? Doesn't matter to me
Visage,
who's
sir.
high or low in health.
Oh, what do I do?
Not taunting
Alright,
anything.
stand skull for a bit. Broken.
Let box go. Interrupt the other two.
Okay,
It's
we're good.
rare that I
So we're now-
outdistance the healers as a melee too.
Get on
So.
Speaker.
Get on speaker, yep.
Let new box get off.
Everybody should be on speaker.
Who's top? That true? Okay. Let the last one get off.
You are but rubble in the storm's wake.
Raid here. See these visages?
Your screams will echo.
Don't die here. If you're above 50% health, or basically anything lower than that, you might be in trouble. Kill the visage.
Got this, guys. Come on.
If you're soaking, make sure you use it.
You got this.
Okay, now make sure you guys, we
Keep
gotta
them
kill
even.
these within 20 seconds of each.
The bosses?
Yes, they have to die together.
Don't cleave me to death, please.
Don't get hit by things that make you
Well,
attackable.
yeah, thanks
I'm
for
with
that.
Cam.
Okay, kill me and we
Hey,
can wipe it.
Fatul is way much higher than the other one.
Focus Fatul.
Watch that, cerebral salt.
Come on, guys. You got this. You got this. There's no more stones. It's just about making them die at the same time. Come on.
Yeah, way high.
The Visage is active, kill it.
Kill visage, switch to visage. Okay, visage dead. Try to keep them even now, they're pretty even.
Top.
Wargrain side is way behind.
Your use just too.
You got this, guys. You got this. Come on. I know you can do it.
Oh my god, we're gonna fucking wipe.
Victory.
Yeah, we didn't wipe.
Fuck you, Absinthe.
Oh, I forgot to get fucking seals.
Got them legs.
Didn't take your. didn't
Joe.
take your- Should give me those legs.
They're bonus for old sir.
You're supposed to move off the platform.
Yo. That
I'm
was
supposed
cool.
to get loot. Automatically just give it to you?
No, it's down here. It falls, just like.
That was so cool.
Where is it?
Right here.
Are the gems in the guild bank accessible by anybody, or somebody need?
Oh.
What do you need?
410 legs? Yes!
Versatility?
Yes, please.
Open trap.
I will take the eye level downgrade for the prep. The pants I had were garbage anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, effective, you want your hands?
Yes.
Ash, you want your hands?
I don't think so. Give me 1 second.
Tokes, you want your hands?
I'm gonna have to say yes.
Yeah, to be honest, guys, I would just keep all this shit. Like, even if
Yeah.
it's gonna be good, you never know, so.
I need some bit of.
Yeah, hold on.
I picked up a relic.
Congrats. Just gonna, anybody who gets anything here, just keep it. Just, you never know what's gonna happen with it, so. Otherwise, move on for trash.
I gotta pick up this trident, right?
Hope this proc is good for damage though, because I'm losing best secondaries for one.
Wait.
Of them.
Whoa. Really want to use that right now?
Is that?
Seems reasonable.
Foolish.
Decreasing our damage by 50%.
Yeah, this is a fundamental part of the fight, so if you're just picking this up and you have no idea why, then please stop.
They also can't be picked up immediately after the drop.
Can't kill these without the storm.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Let's go
Can
to
you
the
pick it
next
up?
pack and the next pack with it.
Nah, only
Should I
use it
just
when
use
it's
it right
ready.
now, or
Use
like
it.
whatever we... Well, I
Use
got a
this
timer when you pick it up, 12 seconds.
I'm saying we could kill these
Yeah,
low, so
wait, then don't use it until these are almost dead. I do think these die because they're not here now.
Yeah, it's just the Eternal Guardian. Or the other faceless things.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, I thought that it was like a 12-sec duration. It would keep going. It just popped once.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things I can do to probably increase. I just there's a lot that I need to do for sure. I just can't do them all at once in the middle of a brand new raid.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm working on it. Trust me, I am working on it.
No, you couldn't kill them because you didn't have Thorm to kill them for you. He's like a thunder thing.
They're dead, take it off.
Just, I say wait for the pad just in case. Maybe not. That's really.
Oh, gotta be a... Nice, Tokes.
See how far it goes, and then we'll make that call if he doesn't stop.
back up so that cast moves, unless you can grip it. Or that.
I love playing Monk. I've played Monk
Dodge the
essentially
frontal
since
guys.
it
It's just
came
like
out.
an underrot.
Has been my main.
Period,
And
underrot.
as I said, I've never
Guardians
been
are
very good at
frontal
the
fear.
game, but I've always tried my best.
Whoa.
Fucking
feel
one
bad.
shot everybody.
Feel bad for those of you that don't have cloak.
Storm.
10 seconds. Somebody died with it.
Watch that pat.
Who the fuck is this guy?
This is Cool the Mighty. He's got a sword thing as an arm. Hey, good work killing Jesse there, guys.
Yeah, I got 3 honor for it. Thanks.
Someone got a fucking achievement.
Well,
Clearly experience.
you have 1 honorable kill, and it is Jesse Cox. Congratulations.
Man,
No, I play all other classes.
That's
I just
kind of
play
crazy.
them all badly.
Cloak there.
Cool. You just have to make sure you never kill an alliance player so that your only honorable kill is a horde.
Getting fucking wrecked by fucking treants and everything else. Why are you trying to kill me, Project? Stop being a
Come at me, bro.
fucking kill your ass.
I was trying to kill the guy who killed me, but it...
Revenge is bittersweet.
It's not gonna happen, Jesse. Sorry.
Trash, you're right.
Just had this remembrance of like someone saying, "There's a fuck ton of trash in here."
The first boss had 1 mob.
So what killed everybody? Anybody even know?
I think these bloods burst on death and put out a big dot that stacks.
Wait, who what?
I think these bloods, when they die, they give us a dot, so...
Both upon death, healing allies within 40 yards for 50% of their maximum health. So no, I don't think that's what killed it. But there's probably a mechanic for each. Like 1 prevents healing, 1 prevents damage, 1 does damage. We need to use these right in the fight. Probably have to do it on the trash too, but we don't know what they are, so we don't really care. It seems.
Yeah.
Don't know what was doing such crazy damage that we needed the bubble for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't either. It doesn't really matter. It's only trash. As long as we know
Stay right
the
there.
actual fight.
This ain't cool, guys.
I couldn't not.
What's that?
Can I kill your pet?
So those pants are really good.
Yeah, they're nice.
8% of my damage.
Oh wow.
Only 3.3 for me.
It's kind of funny. If you find an eyeball on the wall that has a cogwheel, you can stare at it, and then you get the hostile thing.
Oh yeah.
And it makes you able to do like double damage. So
Storm.
So I guess it's sort of like the spores in that one room in Legion on the first.
Primarily, I play melee.
First raid, then one nightmare.
That's where I'm most comfortable, but I do play all classes. I generally adjust DPS. So, melee DPS is kind of my comfort zone.
I kill the Void, and never mind. Void Priest is going to be full health again.
I think the effect is random because I clicked on one of those eyes and he talked to me and he gave me an immune to fear buff for a minute. That was all. I don't know, maybe it's different because you stared at it, I poked him.
What the hell? Why would you do that? It's fucked.
Poked it in the eye.
That was like a Nulos thing. Better than a poke in the eye, remember I was just saying?
So maybe it was these guys that killed us before, these bloods.
Avoid Igor.
Put the bubble down. Get the bubble.
There you go, there's the stacking buff.
That's a lot of shadow damage every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Good work, Morgan.
It's just like those stupid ones from
The hell's over here?
Rolled your trash except they explode to death and stuff like that.
World first?
People kill it.
Somebody needs to come get the Void Stone over here for the boss.
I get it.
God damn it.
Yeah, I think the pants are definitely worth the secondary stat loss.
For sure.
I see it on the boss though. I wonder how much it heals though. That's what I'm kind of curious about.
How much it heals? It's 35k.
Well, I meant like how often you'll get it.
It's over 10 seconds, which is amazing, because that's the duration of stagger. It's like
Curious, like if that's like an ICD, like the claw from fucking Con. Yeah, the same ICD as the third.
I'm guessing it is a separate ICD from the damage, so like when you go, it'll like have a chance to proc every attack while you're below that threshold. So
it shows as like a singular 1.0, but that could be wrong.
Basically, I'm the ultimate casual who's trying to become better at the more serious end of the
For as
rating
complicated as that was, this is way more complicated. So I'm gonna try to read through this guide here. I don't know exactly what's pertinent, so just hang tight while we go through it all. Okay. 3-phase encounter with a lot of variables. There are several mechanics which you can choose timing of, giving you a lot of freedom. We'll recommend a strategy here, but it's highly likely there will be alternative ways to time these out based on your guild. So this is limit saying this, so we'll see what they recommend. So there's the Relics of Power again. Okay, it's exactly like the previous fight. They're the exact same things. Voidstone, all of these can be picked up. A Voidstone can be picked up by the healer. When used, absorbs a bunch of damage to the caster. Also reduces healing received by 100% by all players and enemies, as long as the orb stays on the healer. Long CD placed on healer, preventing the healer from using them again. It also prevented the boss from being healed, which comes into play later. So originally, it doesn't seem like we need that as a main thing. Trident of Deep Ocean can only be used by tanks. When used, creates a bubble that absorbs 75% of all damage taken by players who stand in the bubble. Bubble lasts 20 seconds. When it expires or is used up, deals frost damage to the raid based on remaining amount. So just like the previous fight. The tank who activated the bubble gets a debuff, preventing them from using it again for a period of time. Tempest Collar, that's the Trident, can be picked up by DPS. Storm of Annihilation. Deals 21k nature damage to everything, including players. Except Unat. It's the only thing that doesn't do damage to. Also debuffs everything hit to reduce damage dealt by 50% for 3 seconds, refreshing every tick. But the main thing is it will kill any target below 25% health, just like on the previous fight. And that is going to be very useful. Okay, so it says all relics, Tempest Collar debuff lasts 1 minute 55 seconds. Voidstone debuff lasts 2 minutes 50 seconds. Try and debuff on tank is 4 minutes. That means you could rotate through them using one every 2 minutes. This timing could play into later phases. Confirm there's an eternal CD to pick up the relics themselves after they've been used. For the Tempest Collar's 45-second internal CD, not confirmed on the CD that you get. So yeah, either way, you can't just pick it up and then try to use it immediately, so keep that in mind. So here's phase 1. Okay, 100% to 70% is phase 1. There's a Gift of N'Zoth Obscurity. At full energy, Unat, whatever the fucking dude's name is, zaps the whole raid for 70k shadow damage and causes a shadow circle to appear around the usable area. Each subsequent cast causes the circle to grow, shrinking the safe area. Stepping out of the safe zone and into the shadows deals 43,000 shadow damage per half second. There is a minimum size the area, or a maximum size, I think that's what they mean. The area can only be consumed by such an amount. So every time he gets to full energy, the fight gets harder, basically. Touch of the End. Frontal Cone ability, deals 100, blah, blah, blah. Plus a 17k 3-second dot that lasts 24 seconds. This 24-second debuff functions as a taunt effect, and it's also going to pull all Guardian adds to us. This is a tank swap, so me and Morgraine are going to be dealing with this mechanic. Oblivion Terror. It's a purple trap on the ground. If you touch it, you're going to take a bunch of shadow damage. When triggered, also heals Unat for 1% HP, but disappears. So we want to make sure nobody stands in this unless we're using the right mechanic at the right time to clear them all at once, which we'll be talking about. Void Crash. Basic soak style mechanic with a twist. This is the same mechanic from the previous fight, by the way. He has 175k damage to whoever soaks it. If it's not soaked, it bounces again, reducing the size of the soak circle, as well as reducing the damage it deals. Can be shrunk twice. So just like the previous fight, don't soak it immediately, but make sure it's soaked. I don't really understand what happens if you don't soak it, because it seemed like
they just continuously bounce around until they hit something.
Oh, really? Because it didn't seem like that was happening in the first fight. It seemed like they were just going away. Okay.
Was that what that Void Crush was?
Heroic Ezekiel.
Void Crash is the
giant.
Just
going straight into
if you
heroic.
get by the big one, it's gonna kill you.
Okay. Eye of N'Zoth. Ability of the boss cats resulting in 2 different N'Zoth attacks. Maddening Eyes of N'Zoth. Creates a large purple line on the floor. After a few seconds, deals 61k shadow damage to anyone hit, also making them hostile to players for 8 seconds. Obviously, we've seen that in the first fight. Piercing Gaze of N'Zoth. Creates 2 giant laser beams that go around the length of the room, shooting in different directions. This is basically Halion, if you guys did Halion. What you need to do is, when you get hit by one, you get a debuff. So you want to make sure that you do not get hit by both immediately, okay? But you will be hit by them. I don't think it's possible to dodge them the whole time. So it's going to move across the entire encounter area and are undodgeable. Everyone will be hit by both. There's 26k damage when struck, plus a dot. Dot's damage and duration can stack. So if you get hit by the second laser, 2 seconds after the first, you now have 6 seconds of the dot, and you're going to die. Okay. Cast every 50 seconds in phase 1 and 3. So that's going to happen a lot on the encounter. So you want to, if you have to move through it, you want to move through it and then dodge it for a bit until the debuff is gone, and then move through the second one if you have to move through that. Okay. Then there's Undying Guardians again. He's going to summon adds on a set timer. Takes about 5 seconds after cast for them to become engageable. 30 seconds, 120, 205, and 253 apparently. Every 45 seconds. Sightless Bond. If within 10 yards of Unat, boss takes 99% less damage. So these are the mobs that are going to automatically aggro on the tank with the tanking debuff. So we need to be aware of that. We won't be able to get threat on them otherwise. And then it has Shroud of Whispers. Cannot be killed below 1% HP. All right, so you have to use the mechanic to kill them. Instead, cast Unnatural Regeneration upon reaching 1 health, which is healing for 1% of max HP until fully healed. So basically, we need to make sure that if we're doing this right, it's going to die immediately. Otherwise, they're going to get healed to full. If we don't do it right and we miss it, like we miss it by 30 seconds or some shit like that, he's going to be healed 30%. The thing is not going to kill it. You understand? So that's very important. So that's phase 1. When Unat hits 70%, he moves out to the side of the room and does a little role playing. So that'd be great for Cop and others. This also reflects or resets the safe circle to full size. Okay, so that's
Appreciate getting called out like
phase
that.
1 strategy. This phase is mostly about properly managing through certain mechanics. The Void Crash should always be allowed to hit and reduce at least once, if not twice, especially in the early phase. Oblivion Terrors always seem to always target players on the PTR. Since you're dealing with an ever-decreasing space in phase 1, try to stand on the edges of the room as much as possible to bait the Terrors out of the middle. Do not step in the Oblivion Terrors. Instead, have a healer assigned to take a Void Stone, and when necessary to clear some space, with the safe circle is small, activate the Void Stone and run through a few Terrors. After clearing 3 to 5 Terrors is necessary, Void Stone players should either soak a Void Crash or step out of the safe circle temporarily to break the damage absorb and allow the raid to be healed again. Since the Void Stone debuff prevents the boss from being healed, it's safe to run through several of the Terrors without healing the boss and prolonging the phase. You should only need to do this when the safe space is very small. So otherwise, we're ignoring that mechanic. But if we need to clear them, whichever healer has that ability will have to do that.
As far as I saw, it was suggested you want to, like, when the room expands back to the full size, you can clear all the pools because a lot of them are going to be underneath the shit as it gets smaller. That's like the only time you have to do it.
That's what I saw in Fat Boss as well. That's what they recommended. All right, tanks will swap every cast, so we'll do that. Tanks take the adds about 12 yards away from the boss to prevent ever getting too close. Everybody else, dodge the maddening gaze of N'Zoth. This is rather easy to dodge, so make sure not to get hit. There you go. Stagger being hit by the piercing gaze of N'Zoth. That's the cutter beams. Do not allow yourself to get hit by the second gaze until the dot falls off from the first one. Obviously, it's going to be harder once the phase is lasting longer. When the boss is between 72 and 73% HP, following the summon of a new Undying Guardian, swap DPS to the Guardian and evenly nuke them down. DPS should try to get them all below 25%, but no less than 15. Generally, you have 2 to 4 Guardians, depending on your guild's DPS. Once they're all dead below 25%, the assigned DPS should pop the Tempest Collar. Also use 1 to 2 healing CDs there to make sure nobody in the raid drops too low, because they'll die immediately. You want to make sure all of the Undying Guardians die here, so you go into phase 2 with no adds. You ideally want to push the boss into the little transition animation at 70% HP here. You can use a Trident here as an additional CD if necessary. Outside of the Tempest Collar burn timing, only damage on the adds should be dots, etc. You don't want them to, so basically, these adds are going to be up for the entire first phase. Nobody's going to do much damage to them at all. About 75%, we're going to hard switch on them, get them all to about, whatever, 25%. Whenever they're dead, whenever they're at 25, but not lower than 10, we use the thing to instantly kill them. And then we finish Unot, or whatever the fuck the dude's name is, okay? So that's phase 1 in a nutshell, minus all those mechanics.
What was the thing for the Trident again? Sorry. You said you can use the Trident as well.
It's just like being used as a defensive CD at this point. So let's see if they say something else about it, but that one's just like pretty straightforward. You just use it if we need. Okay, phase 2. At the beginning of phase 2, Unot summons 3 primordial mindbender adds. So let's recap, because this is obviously an incredibly difficult encounter. Phase 1 strategy, there's 3 mechanics that can be picked up by players, okay? There's a healing mechanic, there's a tanking mechanic, and a DPS mechanic, okay? The DPS mechanic is only ever used to kill the adds. You don't ever use it at any other time, okay? So whoever's getting it, get it, and make sure you know exactly when to use it. We need to have all the adds evenly dead, so, not 1 at 10 and 1 at 50, that's a wipe, okay? We need them all to get to 25%. Once they're below 25, we use that mechanic and delete them. Then we finish Unot with the damage from that, all right? But we're going to be taking a lot of damage, so be ready for that. So that's why they recommend using the tank mechanic there, because we're going to be taking a lot of damage from using that DPS mechanic. But I don't know if there's a better place to use it. I don't know. The other one is the healing mechanic. The healing mechanic only ever gets used to prevent the boss from healing. We do not use it for our own benefit, okay? You're using it to prevent the boss from healing, not, at least to my knowledge, us, especially in phase 1, okay? So if somebody's going to take it, like Vic suggested, probably after the first phase is the best choice to use it. But again, don't just randomly use it. And then the tank one looks like it can just be used every 2 minutes to kind of smooth out the amount of damage. He's going to do a bunch of AoE damage, like we said, every time his energy bar fills up. So maybe that's the right choice. I don't know. But anyway, that's phase 1. So let's keep moving. Phase 2. At the beginning of phase 2, Unot summons 3 primordial mindbender adds and an undying guardian soon after. Okay. Primordial Mindbender. Cast Consume Essence, leeching 43k shadow damage from all players and healing to full. Interruptible. Upon dying, the Primordial Mindbender spawns several swarming void spawns, little mini void adds. When void spawns die, they explode for 17k shadow damage to every player, spawn every 60 seconds, can be stunned, knocked back, and gripped. So I guess we just want to stop them. I don't know. We'll see what they say. Anyway, unknowable terror. Giant shadow apparition idiot that spawns on a random side of a room. That's a weird thing to say. And has a massive mechanic targeting circle on the ground. When the apparition's ability goes off, everyone standing in the giant circle takes 96k shadow damage and is feared for 6 seconds. Undying Guardians continue to spawn in this place in this phase at the same intervals in phase 1. Now the new gift of N'Zoth is Hysteria. Upon reaching full energy, Unad zaps the raid for 70k shadow damage, and also causes all adds to instantly heal for 75% HP and permanently gain 50% haste and movement speed, cast every 40-some seconds. Una abilities carry over, Touch of the End, and Oblivion Terror for phase 1. No other phase 1 mechanics carry over, so that means no lines, I guess, right? Okay, so phase 2 strategy. Make sure to not get hit by the unknowable terror mechanic. Hugely obvious circle. Don't stand in bad on the ground. Okay, make sure to interrupt all consume essence cast by primordial mindbenders. Try to group these up, use knockbacks and grips. Apparently they can be gripped, so that's nice. AoE these buggers down, but try to keep them relatively even. Also keep any Undying Guardians nearby to AoE them down as well. Good. Mindbenders, Tempest Collars, and managing killing things. Have a tank pop the Trident for the first set of Mindbenders. DPS should blow up the Mindbenders, then blow up the little void bitches ASAP. So I guess that's the play. You just kill them all at once with the tank CD. That sounds good. Everyone stacks in the bubble so it absorbs as much of the AoE damage as possible. Perfect. So the second set of these ugly squids, a DPS should use the Tempest Collar when they're below 30% HP. Okay, so it kills them instantly. Keep nuking them until they drop below 25 and then they insta die. Doing this prevents the little void spawns. Oh, which in turn will
prevent every time as well. Like the cooldown is low enough, but obviously we do less damage for doing that. Although we're overgeared, so it might be the way to do it, just to not deal with.
All right. Doing this prevents little void spawns, which in turn will prevent needing to deal with their AoE damage. Control DPS to make sure you don't accidentally kill one off too early, then the spawns little voids will spawn. You also want to have the Undying Guardians close to as low HP so they die as well. This is important as at least one Guardian will be buffed by Hysteria by this point. They start hitting pretty hard, so getting them fully killed off is important. So basically we want to have everything die at the same time. This is interesting. We'll need to time this out to make sure Hysteria isn't cast before the adds die off during the Tempest Collar. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Ideal timing to bring the adds down and activate Tempest Collar about 5 to 8 seconds before Hysteria is cast. That way all adds should die before they get buffed or healed. Make sure to use the healer CD when you use Tempest Collar to prevent deaths. Okay, well, you can use Trident every 2 minutes. You can rotate between using a Trident and Tempest Collar, so your rotation should look like this. First set of Mindbenders, tank uses Trident, kill all the adds. Second set of Mindbender, DPS uses Tempest Collar, avoid the adds. Third Mindbender, tank uses Trident again, kill all the adds, and stay in the bubble, obviously. Even though you can use Tempest Collar for every set, you shouldn't. The major drawback of just using Tempest Collar every time is that for 18 seconds, your whole raid deals half damage. You shouldn't get a fourth Mindbender, and you should be able to push out of phase 2 plenty quick to prevent this. So that's what they're suggesting. Oblivion Terror. As in phase 1, have the healers with the Void Zone activated as needed to clear Oblivion Terrors and ensure you have enough room to move around. Make sure that you time out the healer doing this. He or she will be make sure they're able to take enough damage to relatively quickly break the bubble and allow the raid to be healed again. Phase ends at 40%. So that is phase 2. So it's just going to be adds mostly. We need to kill those sets of adds properly, and as long as we have good damage, we should not have more than 3 sets. So that's what we should be aiming at. Actually sounds pretty easy compared to phase 1. Okay, phase 3, here we go. Unat's ability. Continues using Touch of the End and Oblivion Terror. Once again, Piercing Gaze of N'Zoth, that's the beams. Insatiable Hunger. New ability for phase 3. Marks a random player with a debuff, causing them to take 100% reduced healing. Also takes 7k shadow damage per second. Also triggers Feed of the Worthy every 2 seconds. 5-yard AoE ability leeches health from all allies within 5 yards. Insatiable Hunger target is healed the same amount as what's leeched, bypassing 100% of the reduced healing effect. Permanent debuff, cast every 23 seconds. So basically, well, let's see what they say, but basically you want to just not die with this mechanic, and you want to do that by leeching other people's health. The new gifted N'Zoth is Lunacy. With full energy, deals 70k damage to the raid. Also causes all players to become hostile to each other for 5 seconds, meaning all players can damage each other, just like the previous fight. Adds, Undying Guardians spawn phase 3, no new adds, the Guardians don't gain any new abilities. Okay, so it's basically the same thing, except we now have a strict DPS and rage timer because people are going to be dying to this add, or to this debuff. Phase 3 strategies, here's what they recommend. Wait, JK. Phase 3 was not seen on the PTR, and as such a strategy is speculative based on understanding how the abilities interact. You will want to continue having DPS use the Tempest Collars whenever you have 2 to 3 Undying Guardians. As before, when the second, third Guardians spawn, nuke them down, and when they're both sub 30% HP, pop the relic. Make sure to spread out, being hit by a piercing gaze with N'Zoth lasers, let your 4-second blah blah blah, just like in phase 1.
Nothing at all.
Insatiable
Ezekiel.
hunger. It's unknown whether this ability is restricted to only certain roles, i.e. tanks can't get it, or what the duration even is. Regardless, whoever gets marked will need to focus on positioning. Only leech HP when necessary, otherwise the AoE damage effect you deal can kill people. Make sure to be at or full HP when the lunacy casts occur. It's 70k damage, plus the debuff 7k per second for 5 seconds, over 100k damage, all while you can't heal and are hostile to other players. It can be very easy to die. Also need special care planning out people to be near the marked players during piercing gaze. Each laser, including its dots, deals 97 or 96k total damage. Make sure you have 2 to 3 people near the marked player to keep them alive. Okay. So that's that. It's going to be obviously extremely complicated, but I've just now gone over every single mechanic. Okay, this is very, very complicated encounter, but as long as you understand all of that, you know, on paper, we shouldn't have too much trouble executing it. All right, so I'm going to drop another cauldron, and we're going to get some pulls. But just make sure whoever is getting these buffs, I guess you can't get them right now, but we'll get them when the fight starts. Whoever is getting these buffs, especially the DPS one, isn't just randomly using it for no reason. You need to be using it exactly when we tell you to. And then the healing one, whoever gets that, I don't know exactly how we want to do that, but the only time you ever use it is to make sure that you're clearing the shit on the ground. There's going to be those little puddles on the ground. You clear them. Don't anybody else ever stand in them. If at any point you stand in them, it heals the boss, and that's fucked. Okay, so.
I'm pretty sure the Void Stone just activates when you pick it up. It's not like an extra action button.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they all have extra action buttons.
Yeah,
you have to activate it.
Like where you leave it when you drop it. Like as soon as the shield is absorbed, it drops, and you leave it wherever you were, kind of thing. So I wasn't sure.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, the people were dropping it in bad places. I remember videos about that. Okay.
So,
well, anyway.
Do you want to pull first, and I'll hold the trident until we get to phase 2 again?
I guess like as much as you can use the trident instead of the Tempest Collar, if ever those ads are gonna die, and we don't have the trident for some reason, it's better to use the Tempest Collar than to have the.
Yeah, you're just nerfing your damage constantly.
Just alternate every other ad spawn, is what it says.
As much as we're able to.
Is it possible to fix the raid frames? Project is sitting in his own row. My whole frames, I keep trying to fix them.
Yeah, try reloading. We're all.
It's because he was marked as main tag. You have it set up as something.
Oh, good now.
Okay, well, Murray, check.
When you at last mission?
I vote Andy pick up the stormy thing.
I would just save it. I don't know when we're gonna need it. They didn't recommend it last time. So.
Am I grabbing the stone, or is Faldor, or who's grabbing our stone?
Okay, whoever thinks they can do it right.
It's just about being able to clear the circles quickly and have it drop off, because the longer it takes you to run in between all these circles, the longer it's gonna.
Hey, Tugs, you there?
Can you do it first, Sarah?
Yeah.
I think you're the same person.
I don't know.
Oh, they can Sarah do it.
It's only like a 2-minute debuff, and the phases are going to be.
Right, let's just go with that and get some looks.
I don't know how much of this shit has aggro too, but I'm gonna put a statue down to try to corral the ads.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know actually.
Pay the price for your
Secondary that we're avoiding. The little mind benders that are just.
So there's one of the puddles, yeah.
Change the animation from PTR for sure. Looks way different.
It's much better.
Guardian's gonna go
Okay,
towards
they're
you.
going to me. No, that one's right into the boss there, be careful. Somebody stood in it, healed the boss. Do not attack this thing. Stop doing damage to it, guys. Jesus Christ.
Here comes the beat.
Good, taunt the boss.
I got it. Yep.
Beware. Awaken.
Switch coming soon, Metro.
Yep.
When do you want these set?
Hey, try to keep this guy since one's like super low. We're pretty much already fucked. We only got 2. That's interesting.
You're stunning me. You guys are fucking retards. Seriously.
Okay, use the DPS thing now. No. Thank you. You're stealing CDs.
Can you take it off now since they're dead?
No, it can't be taken off.
It's 18 seconds.
Give him this. Alright.
So we probably want to clear these now. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, either before or after that.
Yeah, I'll grab it as soon as
Top
it's
Metro.
light.
Mindbenders.
Okay, so we're on Mindbenders.
Try to do these and the Guardian all in one shot. No.
Is that all of them? Oh,
Bubbles up.
Yeah.
You gotta send.
Have to do that way quicker.
Somebody else has to get Tempest Collar.
Well, that sounds good.
That's
Yeah, we
tank
shouldn't
one
have
right
been
now,
that
just-
one.
You're gonna have to stand on the outside into this shit here, Sarah, to be able to
Get
Yeah.
in this quickly.
There you
Stood in
Please ads.
the middle thing and it...
So I guess we want to wait until after that location is set.
Yeah, I guess not. But we did everything really, really slow in that phase, so we gotta do that all.
We will find others to open the way.
get it like as soon as the room
Died
starts
to the
to
trident.
Yeah, we didn't break the shield fast enough, and that's because nobody was stood in it.
Probably from the start want to like all be as ranged in a central location on the edge of the room, not in the middle of the room. That way we're not like putting those puddles where the room is collapsing to be, and then also so that when the person who's clearing them, they're all pretty close to each other as we
Yes, like I said
move inward.
before, they spawn on a person, so everybody needs to be close together, not all spread out like that. So person
like
get
right on the edge of the previous
basically
one, that's
it should be bang, 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 and that's that. Okay, and then as soon as that's that, we're done. You gotta break that healing debuff so I don't die to fucking melee.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used the thing too early too. I used it when the Mindbenders are still up. I gotta use it when the small ads are up.
No,
From what I saw, aren't we supposed to use Lust as soon as you use the debuff to the first debuff to break the shield?
No, we use the killing the
Nice,
ads
Jingo.
to break the shield. The second the Mindbenders, you kill those, and then the bunch of the little ones spawn. And when the little ones die, they explode. So if we're all stacked in it, and all those explode, it'll eat up the shield.
But what I'm saying though is to get them down, didn't they? I think in the Fat Boss one they used Lust at that point.
Yeah, they were
So you
also
just
at
burn them.
385 eye level. So
Alright, so here's the question. Are we waiting to kill the ads after we see the big AoE come down, or are we rushing to kill them before it happens?
you want to kill the
414.
Mindbenders, but you don't want to kill the little shits until the bubble is down and we're all grouped up. However the timing of the other mechanics work out that way.
What, it lasts like 20 seconds, right? The shield.
Correct.
Yeah, so that should be plenty of time.
I'm so confused right now.
So
Just let us handle this part.
So I would say Metro for the bubble, like if you can grip the
I got
little
really good
ads
guilties,
into
let
the
me put it
bubble
that
for the bubble ones, that would probably be the best use of mass grip.
Okay, I'll try. Yeah, as long as I'm not taking there, obviously. So I can just come back. We can come over and grip anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, first phase is actually pretty easy here soon.
And just to make sure everyone understands, the bubble is for us and range has to be in there, not for the ads.
Right, correct. That's the only mechanic that we're actually using to help us, okay?
Yeah, we need to use the entire absorb, bros.
Yes,
We'll fuck
every
ourselves.
single person has
Yeah,
to be
hit
in
us
it.
for $1 million there.
Yes, every single person has to be in it, because if you're not, first of all, you might die to the ads. Second of all, you're gonna die to the bubble when the bubble explodes because it needs to absorb damage. If it's not absorbing damage, it's gonna kill us instead. Okay, that's the one we use defensively. offensively the DPS one, healer's the utility one. Okay, that's how it goes.
So what are you supposed to do? Is the
Yeah, we're 5 of 9
Guardian
mythic. I'm
tank
3 of
then?
9 mythic, but they're 5 of 9 mythic. Because I'm
Install
generally
I
a
have
better
to stand
player.
in the bubble, or I'm gonna die to the ads, correct? But then
Yeah,
if
you can
they're
stand.
stacked together, Unot's gonna take like no damage, which I guess doesn't matter because you're only worried about killing the ads at that point.
I wouldn't worry about being in the bubble. You're not gonna die just because you're not in it.
All the ads explode, and I don't get the 75% reduction. Pretty sure I'm gonna die because all those ads die and does a million damage.
Well, no, the shield exploded did a million damage.
I'm
We'll see. Don't
saying
worry
from
about
what
that.
the video said, it was
Sushi.
that all the ads would kill you doing a million damage as well.
Just play it safe and go in.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's 17k per ad, I guess.
That's if you're in the bubble.
4, 3,
That's just what they do.
2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every unnumbered crime. Die!
Okay, man, just be careful about where you're standing when you use that, so you don't drop it somewhere we can't get it again.
That's right under the boss. Careful.
Switch. Good, taunt the boss. Ah.
Be wary to the master.
So there's two.
Can we choose a direction to kite?
Darn it, I keep getting baited when DBM tells me to kill the Undying Guardians.
Beware.
I get ready to kill these. Let's go. Everybody switch to these.
His devoted outnumber the sands, the stars.
Use it. Use it. Okay, use a healing CD or whatever. Something else.
Oh, not that one. Not that one.
Grab it.
Yeah, not that one.
Yes, I did not mean to grab.
No, wipe it up.
Is there actually no extra action button for the healer one?
You heard somebody?
I put down a toy that reses. It might give us a healer.
Alright, we can drop those urns. I forgot about that.
I'm guessing Sarah picked it up and used it.
No, I didn't use it. I just grabbed it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there is one.
Riz going up now.
Oh, actually.
Trying to move away.
Oh.
That's awkward.
Run away!
His eyes behold every truth, every
Damn.
unnumbered crime.
Oh, that's not the
Oh.
Why did you put statue in the room? Not resetting.
I thought this shit on the
The
outside
statue.
on it. I thought this shit in the outside was the wall. It's my fault. Doesn't matter. Just run back.
Despawn a statue.
Get a soul. We don't need to be using toys and shit. If we can't get a soul stone, then just run back.
How'd you even get threat on it, Metro? Like I taunted it. Was
I thought
running
it
it
was
out.
attacking a damage dealer, so I just didn't want them to die inside the room. Don't worry about that.
And also, why would you place statue? I thought I was placing statue outside of where the wall was, which obviously I didn't, since it's the first time I've seen where the wall. I was
You owe me 100 gold.
Standing in there beating on it.
I despawned it as soon as Metro died.
Yeah, eat up.
I don't know if we're gonna get N'Zoth this expansion. Maybe.
Hammer in the back.
When we pull, literally nobody needs to be like in the inner area of the room, like just down from the hill, like sitting on the flat.
And be as close as ranged and healers. Be as close to the outer ring as you can.
Yeah, we want to bait all these tears and shit.
We just need to make sure. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, wherever you can be is fine. Just on the outside.
And if you're just like 5 or 10 yards in from the outer ring, so that when it collapses, you don't have to move. That's fine too. But just so that the puddles are not keeping them together, obviously.
I gotta say, this is a very interesting encounter, and I like these items and like the uses of them. Like both these fights are really cool.
Yep, I like that the first fight basically set up the second fight. That was like really cool.
Yeah, they've been trying to do that with like trash and previous things, but I like that they're all like part of the story and feeds in.
Yeah, because like we're using the things where the boss was using the things in the previous, so that's like really
Well, and the fact that we brought these here, like this is from this.
Come on now. What the hell's the matter with you people?
Oh,
Why we can have nice things.
Get your shit together.
Again?
That's fine. We don't have to keep talking about it, guys. Just keep your mouth shut, alright? If you pull the boss, die.
Come on, statue, pull it out of the room, you dick.
This is gonna be an expensive fucking day, and we haven't even hit the boss.
Okay, do we not have any res? Run back. Everybody run back. Let's go. Don't pull the boss.
Hey, that's a good strat, Jingo. I'll have to let them know that.
Oh, hey guys. Did get a repair bill for that though. Either of those last 2 deaths.
I did.
Yeah, here's food. Eat up. Okay, raid check.
Can we get imp buff?
Can, but I'm not fucking gonna.
Okay, here we go. I'm over here to the side too, I guess, to keep everybody a little closer.
3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware. His wrath has awakened.
Somebody already got one, I guess, because there's only one.
Somebody walked over it.
Do not walk into those. They heal the boss.
Can't have that near the boss. Twitch.
Don't be near the edge of the room.
He's about to do his mechanic again.
Beware.
Dodge that. Yeah, we only have the one. Alright,
There's the second one.
Oh, there it is. Alright, kill both of them. They use the ability.
Lightning thingy.
Healing CDs here, keep everybody alive. The boss is attackable. Make sure somebody picks that thing up. Push the ability of the boss.
Run away, little girl.
Ran right into the healing
I'll
thing.
go for the circles.
Where's the ads?
No, but I have the debuff, so can you
right,
count the
right,
boss? Okay.
Okay, there's the ads.
Group the mind benders up.
Beware.
Mind benders.
Make sure they're dying even. You die again.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of it faster.
I'm trying, I'm trying.
Step outside the circle. Stay out there.
She did. That one spawn that you got, the last one, just don't get that one, because that spawns like after you should be getting rid of it, basically.
Don't kill the. Gosh. Okay, I guess we're.
Use it. Stacking it, everybody.
We're supposed to kill the first set without the
Right. No, we're killing the first one with the trident without the storm thing.
That we were using the tank thing
We
on
did.
the first set.
I can't even pick this up, I don't know why.
I think it was a cooldown to drop.
It's on the boss, not sure.
Okay, more consume whatever these are.
Hopefully somebody can pick up the DPS one.
Just used it, so it can't possibly be available right now. We used them both of this.
Yeah, that's what shouldn't
No,
have happened.
Wipe it up.
We were supposed
Please,
to
if you
just
guys do not know
absorb
what you're
the
doing with
damage
these
from
things,
the
do
little
not
ads
interact
with
with them,
the
okay?
tank thing.
Please,
and use
do not make this any harder than it has to be. If you do not know what you're doing with these, let somebody else do it. Or explain it why you don't know, and I will explain it. I just read a fucking 30-minute description of this fight, and you guys still don't know what's going on. This is not good.
Beware.
Wipe it up, let's go. Stand in the purple ring on the outside.
I have Soulstone. Not sure, but I don't think dying to this shit out here actually causes you durability.
Don't release.
They were not the ones you sought, Master. We will find
Wait,
Y'all really?
Yeah, we had like no pools because people kept hitting them, so when the other one spawned, it was like, oh, let's just get this one, but it just takes too long because by the time you got rid of it, we already had the mind benders.
Yeah. The only reason to even remove the pulls is because the room's getting too complicated, so don't do that. Like, I don't know. Just, I don't know why I'm, what else to do otherwise, but I'm literally just going to die to melees if that's going to take that long every time. Alright, here's food.
Just another thing that would help, like, if I'm trying to get over by the ads, like, try to keep the boss close-ish to the ads so I can taunt off you, because you were, like, out in buttfuck Egypt still, and I, like, had to... I can't place the bubble for the mindbenders and also taunt off you if you have them 60 yards away.
What does the actual tank debuff even do? Let's take a look.
It makes all the guardians...
I know that, but what's the detriment to it?
Nothing other than the guardian and it being on
no, it
you.
just has a 3-second dot that lasts 34 seconds. So every 3 seconds you take damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really bad other than
Other than don't even
the
worry
damage
about it.
reduction on the boss.
Other than, yeah, that's not a problem. Okay, great check. I just don't know where to go with the boss because I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't actually do something like hits the people with the frontal thing.
I think once the room is at the smallest size, we can pretty much be like anywhere in the remaining space, so that we don't waste the space from the melee being targeted by the shit early.
Right.
If people have knockbacks and stuff and can like help try to group up the mindbenders, that helps too. But
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
Do not stand in the purpley red swirly puddle.
Beware. Has awakened.
Ad coming, Metro, make sure you're out.
I'll group it.
Do not run into the red puddle.
Beware.
I'm about to get hit really hard.
Okay, switching.
Hey, I got the ads.
Beware.
Bill ads.
Just use it now while we're not taking any damage. Okay, good.
Ice block was MC'd.
Yeah, yeah.
Stairs. Are we taunt since I'm full? I can just taunt.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about getting out of that thing. 'Cause it's just
Oh,
gonna do damage.
yeah, you're right, you're right. I'm doing this one and I'm getting rid of it.
Mind benders. Interrupt these things. God. Come on.
So we're killing these and
Putting the bubble down.
getting in the bubble and killing a small ad.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Yeah. Fine. Kill them all.
Yeah, just mean this giant thing was on top of it.
Yeah, it's fine. It takes forever to fucking go
Okay,
off.
so
Don't
somebody
stack 'em.
pick up the storm thing. Next mind benders, we're getting them to 25%, and we're using the thing, or we're getting them low and using them so they die at 25%.
And the guardians, right?
Yeah, we need to kill these.
The one is wrecking my.
Let's go. Kill everything. Kill everything. Kill everything.
Just don't.
Spell.
Use it.
Use it. Lads. Get the trident, Metro.
I still can't get it. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead and taunt the boss. The debuff.
Somebody want to pick up Tempest Collar?
Yeah, I'll grab. When it becomes available.
Every dream given for.
You killing this ad, right?
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I mean we can't finish it off with Tempest Collar.
Alright, I got it.
There
Man.
it is. Use it.
I don't really think it's worth using it for one ad.
I agree.
You should be able to get the trident now, Metro, I think.
No, still can't get it.
Where's the void storm all the way up?
We don't need it right now, just leave it.
Trident.
Go to the top, Metro. Ow. Yeah, it's got a blue beam
phase
over it
3,
now.
I
You can
think.
pick it up.
Yeah, it activates once the cooldown.
Is this mechanic the direct hands?
It's the leech.
He has the leech thing. He needs to be nearby people to not die. He kept running away from people.
Yeah, you gotta stand near at least 2 people. Trying to get 2 stacks though, this does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Somebody can pick up Tempest Collar. Don't
Screwed
use
up there. I
it.
got
I'll
those,
get it, I'll
those
get it.
lasers too close to each other, I think. Let's have a look at the recap.
Switch, Metro.
Yeah, I got those lasers too close together. That was my fault. Made a mistake.
Maybe clear away that.
Say when to pump
After
Tempest.
after this thing's away, we should clear away the ads.
Oh, we need to absorb the
That,
shield.
that bubble's gonna explode and kill everybody. Like,
Yeah, that was not a good decision.
Just eat these things.
Well, where should we be using it?
Not till we ever go.
Not there.
where there's damage, I don't know.
That's all the only damage. I guess we're just not using it face.
We just pushed past the ads like so fast in that middle phase.
When we next use the Tempest Collar, you could use them both together. Since we don't really need the Trident again, it'll just prevent the damage from being
Okay.
Tempest.
Yeah, that's the place then, yeah.
I feel like overall this fight's fucking easier than the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
as
let
long
him
as
kill
people
them like
handle
5
it.
It's true,
times.
Ezekiel, I am.
Yeah, phase 1 and 2 went very well, so phase 3 we just learn about that and we get that done.
Pretty
I
sure
feel like we're still hitting too many of the red puddles.
Yeah, he healed 5 times, so that's definitely not acceptable, but it doesn't seem to really matter with their damage, so it's
Pretty sure we won't need the Void Stone more than twice, and I don't even know if we'll need it the second time. It's like not that big a deal. Because when the room expands again, we've got these puddles. It's like whatever. We have plenty of room on the outside that's gonna shrink again. As long as like basically when we kill that set of mind benders with the tank shield thing, the Trident. That's pretty much when we afterward we want to reset back to the outside.
Exactly.
What is the in the second phase? What's the fear come from? I got feared twice, and I'm trying to find that.
the ad, right?
It's from the, I think it's just the thing we have
It
to
said a mind bender.
It's the ad.
Yeah,
Steered me into a puddle, which killed me.
No, the
The
giant.
ad is the giant dude, the unknowing cherry drops void zones on the ground that cause fear.
The one that covers like half the room, the giant blue circle.
Okay. No, that's all
Yeah,
I was
that's
trying
it,
to.
the
That's all I was
unknowable
trying
terror
to figure
does
out.
the fear.
Just gonna be.
Thank you.
When it goes off, it's like a 7-second cast or something.
Yeah, let's go when we're pulled, then we'll take a break.
The heel on the pants is garbage, by the way. If anybody's curious.
I was curious. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah,
The thing about pulling on this left-hand side is
Well,
everybody
Method doesn't
should
have
be,
access
like,
to it yet.
in this
Another
general
5 hours
area
and they will.
here. So all of the first orbs should be not in the middle.
Oh, one thing. The people who are getting like, I don't know if it's mind controlled, but turned hostile, do they realize what's causing?
It
seems to be happening a lot.
No, what's causing it?
There's like a floor effect where it's like purple with like holes all over it. If you're standing in that while the cast goes off, you get mind controlled. So.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware.
And it's like a little bit bigger than the visual, and it moves, so it's hard to tell exactly. Like the visual is moving, but the actual space is not. So it makes it look like the edges.
Oh no, I've seen it.
Like that strip of purple.
Yeah, that's what'll. I don't know if it's mind control per se, but that's what'll.
It's just hostile.
Yeah, let's go. Nope the fuck out of there.
You can also like blink through those beams and not take the stacks of it.
Sure can.
5, 4,
For anybody that has
3,
teleports, that means
2,
doesn't work with like disengage or ravage.
Your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
The end.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not phase 1. It's way too easy.
I would imagine just to finish the boss off. Not a great place.
The race at the end because you got the MCs going off and then the stack up together for the. Not run into the puddles.
Don't be too close to the edge, remember.
Top boss mentor.
I'm sorry.
Watch out. Get out of the red swirl. Get out of the red swirl.
Beware.
Careful, she's like.
Just Guardian on the outside, focus that one.
Focus spell. Use the lightning.
Use it
thing
now, yeah. Use it as soon as possible. So we can heal up while no other mechanics are happening.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't end before they get to the threshold, then it's fine.
Clear. Healer clear. You can eat the rest of that with the outer ring as well.
Yeah,
Top
I have.
metro.
Oh, right, the fear. Oh, I can just.
Okay, we gotta add.
Mindbender, interrupt them, please.
What are you going on here?
No, I didn't drop off.
Make sure everyone's in it.
The bubble now.
That's
Run away, little girl. Run away.
The other side of the bubble.
Run out.
you're too close, Metric.
On the edge of the room again.
Switch.
Everybody back up to the edge of the room.
Beware. Has awakened.
Other set of ads coming. This time we'll use everything so we can start attacking these guys.
Make sure someone has.
Make sure
I have it,
Lunat's away, Metro.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
You gotta make sure the boss is away. I got that.
Yep. Just pop it.
Kill ads. Get out of the swirly shit, get out of the swirly shit.
Break it dropped in melee range.
Should be able to get the Trident, I think, because it's the board game. Top boss.
Run away, little girl.
Big blue, get out, get out, get out, get out.
His gaze falls
three now, I guess.
upon every path, every dream given forth.
Don't even attack that thing. Stop attacking. Get some damage on it.
Get resources.
Okay, boss attacking.
Should be long enough for the next set.
So only leech when
Flandre, don't run that out.
You need to be standing next to people with that.
Not
I don't want to kill everyone in
kill
melee.
everybody with it, yes. 1 or 2 people in it, only when you need.
Here is
Trident's
up.
up.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go.
So when you want me to use this temp?
Not for a long time.
Coming with you, Slender.
Maybe never, honestly.
You can keep attacking the boss, just try and edge so that we're only in range of a few people.
Beware. Glory to the master.
Kill each other, do not kill each other. Watch your cleat. Okay.
So when are we lusting? When are we lusting?
base 3.
Yeah, it's on bus. That's true.
Don't double stack.
Shouldn't we lust?
Go ahead.
Grasshopper, you're close to people. Thank you.
There's a lot of ads, and I'm getting my ass kicked.
We should clear those ads because
Lust,
one of them has buffs.
The storm thing and
Use
the,
storm
the
call.
Yeah, DBM is trying to bait me a lot.
use the bubble.
Use it and then.
Up.
Oh, there it is.
Watch the AoE.
Yeah, that is the time to use the cheat.
Can you dispel me?
People with the
So
circle.
it's on fires off.
Yeah, 'cause I'm low.
Let's see what it actually was that killed me. I think pretty sure it was
Do not
because I
stand
had
on
that
me
leech
with
thing
this,
on.
okay?
Beware.
Wipe it up. Okay, step one, you guys need to stop fucking damaging people when the mind control is happening, okay? You're putting this magic debuff on every single person in this raid as Demon Hunters, and it's just completely fucked. Do not put dots on anybody, okay? As soon as that mechanic is happening, stop all damage for 5 seconds. That's it.
Heal yourself.
I guess I called sort of to kill those things at the wrong time because that the
Yeah,
he
we
did
cleaved with
give the
everybody.
Zoth also at that time.
We should have done it before that. We should have done it before a third ad ever spawned. Because
I was just
you'll have
wondering
the
because the ads
Hey,
gain
Thomas
that
McKenna.
haste buff or whatever.
yeah. I'm saying like he won't do it as long as you kill every second ad. Like you'll have enough. Yeah.
Alright, it's good work. Let's take a break. 9:08, we'll be back at 9:18 or whatever. Get this killed. See what else we have time for tonight. So, yeah, good.
Absolutely.
It's a tough fight, but I think we got it now, so.
I think this one's almost easier than the first one.
This one just feels very controlled.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's controlled.
I'm just gonna mute my or get rid of my face cam here for a few seconds while I eat some food, so you're not watching me go nom 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 nom. Because we're on break for about 10 minutes here, so I'm still here.
I'm wondering if like somebody with the blood leech dies if you B-res them, is it gone?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the fucking play right there.
That's about too fast.
You're saying basically suicide it?
It's not that dangerous. Like, you shouldn't purposely kill yourself with it. If you die, you die. Like, it's... You could have every single...
Still
melee
here,
player
Midna, I'm
have
just
it,
eating.
And it just nullifies itself. Like, it doesn't do anything. Pretty much. Because they're all eating each other's health. Like, it does damage on its own, but other than that, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but if we're all stealing health from each other and taking the dot, we're not healing at all.
The trick with it is that you can overheal. Like, the leeched health doesn't matter whether you need healing or not. So, as long as you're not at full health, there's no amount of leech that's not good. Because as long as it's healing you for an amount that's useful, we can heal the other. Like, it isn't going to one-shot them. It doesn't do that much damage.
You're right, I could never stop you, Midna.
No, but 3 of them was quite a bit. Like, how many melee were even alive at that stage? Like 4?
Well, yeah, but when a bunch of melee like that all have it, they can't be healed. That's the problem. It's not the leech that's killing them. It's the fact that they can't be healed. So you need like other people besides melee to come in and stand. Honestly, it's I'm not sure what would happen exactly if every single player in the raid was all stacked. If it would just absorb too much.
Does he
or
keep
how it
dropping
worked.
circles in the last phase or no?
I think.
Because if he doesn't,
yeah, he
we
did.
can just all stack up, but I suppose we can't because of the circle.
Yeah, he still drops them, but we still had a ton of space. I just noticed people were still running them over. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people gotta not do.
But I think we could get away with not using it again.
Yeah, because something cleared some of them. I think it's the big ad, maybe. Clears them, I can't remember. Something else.
We're
Or
really
maybe it's
close.
just when they get run over by the void ship before the room expands again that they get cleared that way. Most of the poorly placed ones was just unfortunate timing, like when we went to kill the set of ads with the ship.
Yeah. And I just need to use my astral shift when I break that. Because, like, it broke, and the second it broke, I died. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and it's not, I was out of range, you guys too far away. Just trying to shield you before it would break. Because my shield doesn't break until that shield breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, like, where... I was trying to drop it over there, because that's where we kind of were when, if we wanted to do a second clearing, we would be over there. So it'd be easy for someone to just grab it, but I'm just going to drop it.
Wherever the closest edge is to where you found it. I don't even know
if people have a teleport thing like monks or myself or a blink, definitely should be using it on this fight because you can avoid one of those beams altogether.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you get the leech, because it's the beam is definitely the thing that's gonna get you killed. I guess that would definitely be the time for Spirit Link though, towards the end, when you can just like drop it on melee. We'll all have leech.
Yo, Gucci. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little something caught in my throat there for a second. Had to mute my microphone, too.
How about my one-legged ass over the liquor store on?
Quickly, I'm going to check and see what's happening in the Alberta election today.
Does anybody have a bot now?
Oh, my face? Right here. Sorry about that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, right check, make sure everyone's back.
What about women though, Cop? Wouldn't you then fall?
This meeting of the Assembly of Iron is adjourned.
Smashed.
Whoa. I just got it back-to-back black hands. I'm feeling it.
I'm a monk who got turned into a monk.
Anyway, some things to tweak. I definitely, yeah, it seems like you just want to use that as soon as we go into 70% phase. Just use the damage thing. It's not gonna. There's no way it's gonna last any longer than the duration of killing those mobs. So definitely do that. Pretty similar situation with the second time we use it as well. You can just use it as soon as everything's attackable and we're ready to go. But then final phase, we're gonna have to use it a little bit smarter. We need to make sure we have a healing CD layered on top of it because pretty important, obviously, to make sure we don't die there. I don't really know when to lust, honestly. Like, if anybody has any recommendations, let me know. Probably just as soon as we start phase 3, but it's like there's no one time where it seems like we really need lust, so we just need to everybody to survive, and obviously that's not gonna matter. Like, lust isn't really gonna help with that. Yeah, one more raid check.
Maybe we should just use that to start a phase 3 to accelerate.
Yeah, I would say so. So you don't really need offense in phase 2. Like, everything's pretty controllable. So just use offense on the pull, kill this shit as quick as possible, and then phase 3, use all offensive CDs plus bullets at the very start of the phase to maximize our time. Somebody needs a repair bot. If you can, there's Jeeves. Okay, make sure everybody repairs. Put a skull on Jeeves. Make sure everybody repairs. We're not dropping another one. Okay, raid check one more time. Morgan's still in here.
Osh, what's causing you to do warlock damage?
Is that a... You putting me down, man?
No, like, I'm just curious because in your damage meter it's showing that you're doing demonic tyrant damage and fucking damage for KMAT.
Bug with your auto.
That's So weird.
I don't know. I just I see myself as a warlock.
Oh, okay, you're just that strong.
Yeah, you have demonic tyrant damage.
Margaret.
Nice, Bola.
Sushi.
He's got literally his pet's name too down there on Fellstone.
Yeah, I should turn on the Brian Adams, dude.
You guys know why we haven't killed the boss yet, right? Because we didn't turn ourselves into a boss.
We're still learning, that's why. Eat up.
Don't you try to use your fucking logic in here, man.
I've gotten back-to-back black hands, okay? I'm doing okay.
Everybody's got cauldron and the food, okay? Here we go.
Why am I not a boss?
You don't try hard enough.
Casuals. Here you go. Turn yourself into a fucking boss from 6 years ago. Come on, right, check out.
If you believe, you will achieve.
Hey, perfect.
I don't even know who the fuck I am.
Alright, here we
We're
go.
all the black hand bros.
Oh, don't worry, I don't know who I am either.
How many 25-man raid bosses we have here? This guy should be fucking dead.
Nah, we got skilled health, man.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware. Glory to the master. The blood of the true born lusts for power.
Pathetic wretch!
Right in front of the boss there.
Plenty of time to drop the debuff from the first laser that time.
Beware. True power.
Yeah, 70-some%. As soon as, well, there's gotta wait for the second ad, I guess. Okay, they're there. Use the ability, kill the ads.
Not standing the Swiss cheese. Sushi, get out, you're gonna die. No, like away from
I don't
melee.
understand how you guys get hit by this mechanic, honestly. Like, are you just blind?
Yes.
Just wipe this up. Wipe this up.
Just not looking at their feet.
Can you guys
The
get
floor
serious about
looks
this?
like purple
This should
Swiss
not-
cheese. You don't want to stand in it when he
I
goes
got
out of the
pinned in the
room.
corner. It's my bad. I understand it.
Wipe it up, let's go. Run to the outside and die. Do not release.
I have
It's
I have a rest.
Not good. I made a huge
Okay,
mistake.
I know I've said this
and it's
before,
caused a
and
wipe.
it's a very important part of playing Monk. Use Transcendence. Put it down somewhere, and 99% of the time that we'll never get trapped anywhere.
I had it down. It was too far away. It was my bad. Oh shit.
I guess moved away.
You guys, when we're wiping here, you run to the outside of the room and die to the shadow damage, okay? Very easy to do.
You sought, master.
Running away from
We
it
will
without
find
that's 100 yard range
others
that
to open the way.
Well, I mean, he could have healed himself through the lightning damage.
He was
all
getting
melee.
cleaved by every melee.
Spider,
Get
somebody's
bladed.
come over. A lot of us are too far.
No, sorry. I get you. I will get you. Do not
I screwed up. I admit it. It was me.
That's still gonna be too far for Poggy.
I've got a big range.
We got it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, can you use that hand of whatever and increase the range of your res?
Oh, you mean rule of law?
Yeah, roll out. That's it.
It lasts long enough.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, eat it.
But it's 100 yards anyways, so I mean.
Right. I was just wondering if that made it 150.
Incredible.
Repair again as well while we wait.
Make sure to grab some flasks too.
I screwed that one up.
I can't deplete this soul one.
Coming. What's wrong, Carter? Okay, here we go.
Valor effective?
They're good. They already said yes, that's good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes will hold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware to the master. Beware. True power.
Watch that there.
Beware.
Swiss cheese.
Ready to kill the ads. As soon as the second one's out, use the ability. Pushing like way too fast. There it is. As soon as it's in range. I guess use it now since the other one's dead.
The stars.
You clearing them or what? I do it immediately into this phase. Watch them right around us as possible.
All this one.
Slay them in the master's name.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's good. Off, yeah.
There's the ads.
Bubbles going up. Quickly. Switch.
Don't be in that red.
Ads.
Run away, little girl.
We're in a good spot.
Actually, I just learned
Switch.
Beware to the master.
Just trying to avoid that one puddle and ran into the other one.
There's the ads.
Interrupt, interrupt, interrupt.
use it.
Clear the voids.
His gaze falls upon
I cannot clear.
every dream given form.
I can get it.
Embrace the truth of shadow.
Yeah, with
Just
lost
go
right.
outside and clear it.
Yeah, lost.
I'm working on it.
It's on shortly. It's fine. You got the biggest weapon.
Thank you.
I got my big CD up too.
You cannot hide from me.
Okay, can you taunt it?
Just make the best use of the room we have. Stop moving to the center of the room. You're gonna drop one
Yeah,
in the
get to
center.
the edge, guys. Edge of the room.
Beware.
Get away from this
No
swirl.
damage, no damage. Stop, stop.
Stop. Okay, start. Yeah.
Which?
As soon as the second ad comes out, we're clearing.
Don't get 2 stacks of
Melee, it's gonna be tricky. Be careful.
You want me to use it when it comes in here?
Switch ads.
Use it and burn.
Tom Bossman.
Damage.
Ads
Reduction.
fill out.
Beware.
Yeah, I didn't get the trident either. Metro. Just use the trident with that.
We missed the kill on one of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Use the wait for it. Can't be at like 100% and use it.
Yeah, I mean, remember, guys, it cuts our damage in half.
Sorry, with the Cleaver time, I was already in middle blade dance when I got taken.
Look at the energy.
Stop. Fuck.
Okay, again, guys, at 100 energy, he's gonna mind control us all. Please be ready to hard swap there. And we need to make sure this add mechanic is not overlapping with that as well. That was a bad call there to do that.
I think by hard swap he means hard stop.
Hard swap to the hard stop.
Flip it up, stand outside of the ring, and die, please.
We definitely need to make sure we're not dropping these anywhere near the middle so that when the beams are cutting across, we have light.
Just by the way, the torment doesn't go away once you die with it.
Oh, the ring?
Yeah, it stays on you when you get back up. It's ultimately what happened to me.
Okay, yep. Yeah, Felder wants to get that second one, just do that. They have to be instant though, okay? We want to minimize the damage we're putting ourselves in front of, so as soon as that phase starts, get it and clear it.
Yeah, if you just stand next to it, and as soon as the boss actually like goes immune or whatever and runs over there, that's the time.
Well, as soon as he runs away, we're killing ads. As soon as the lightning shit's gone, you want to use.
No, the second time, I mean. For the second void stone, when he's running away, there's nothing happening. We were just standing.
Alright. Okay, right check. It's gonna be really hectic at the end, so we really need you guys make sure, especially to be saving offense. Second pot, okay? All full offense. Kill the boss with lust. Get as much in as possible there because things look like they're gonna get really hectic. It's not really that different. It's just people don't seem to understand what to do with this new debuff. And I'm not even sure what other people are dying to at that point. Okay, everyone's ready.
A lot of people are getting 2 stacks from the lines.
Yeah,
Just run through them instead of standing still.
Especially for melee, it's going to be tricky if you don't like run out of range of the boss. So make sure you don't get 2 stacks. The visual's a little bit smaller.
Run through the first one early, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master.
Use Transcendence to completely negate it too, by the way.
Yeah, definitely any teleport, please. That's the time.
Okay, as soon as they're attackable, use the thing, kill the shit.
Use it.
Ideally, they'd be here for.
We have plenty of time.
Okay, break those puddles. Nice work, not getting knocked into the other one. Very smart. Watch the fear. That's shit ton.
So we're fucked. Can't pick up the trident.
Oh, if you die with it. No, we're not fucked. Just use the Tempest again, yeah. You're allowed to. It's just not gonna be great.
Oh, I don't have a cooldown. Cool. Right now, then?
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, do it. Tempest.
Yeah. Shoot at the boss. I can get the Guardian, but I don't even have the debuff, so
Yeah, it just has a cooldown. It doesn't light up as it's fuckable.
Someone needs to pick up the thing again, because we're going to need to do it again with the next ads, the Tempest.
No, we're gonna use the trident. Next one.
we probably aren't. It's not going to be available. It takes forever.
Use it again. Use it on the.
Yeah, the trident has a long cooldown.
Alright, just let me know
Well,
when
the
you want to
trident
use.
hasn't been used at all this fight.
Yeah,
I can't pick it up.
Can't pick it up.
Cooldown to pick it up, I'm talking about.
Use it.
Glory to the master. His gaze falls upon every path, every
Didn't even get it there.
We can get the third one like the last couple of times.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
What I'm saying, it's like ridiculous. Like,
This is where we would want to have been clearing it already.
yep. We've already.
It's too late.
Don't get too close.
Yeah.
Lust here?
You don't want that. Yes.
Okay, can we get somebody to actually lust so we're not using drums? I don't understand why this is happening.
We were just confirming nobody had to drum.
We confirmed a couple of pulls ago.
No,
It's lost
okay.
as soon as we invade, so.
Top boss.
Should make the best use we can of the room, yeah.
Make sure you're not standing in the middle, please.
Get a little bit of damage on that full guardian.
For that, we need to use the thing and kill these ads. Get the full Guardian.
Let them break this first one.
You should be able to use it. It's healing too much now. So you should be able to use it while.
Yeah, we're just doing like everything possibly do wrong here. Wipe this up. How is this ad even dying? Are you guys actually doing damage to this without us telling you to? Because you're wiping us if somebody's. This ad should be at 100%.
You can multi-dot off of it if
That's
it's
not what we're doing in this fight. So if you're doing that, stop. Okay.
The only
End of discussion.
person should be is Osh.
Nobody should be doing it. Do not fucking do any damage to these ads until we tell you to. If they're at the right health, we can kill them 100%. If not, they're gonna wipe this up.
I have souls.
Your dream has
It's kind of like wrong when we miss an interrupt. It's just that trident fucked up the timing on the fucking other shit.
and found wanting.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like totally fucked us for the rest of the fight.
Just preparing you to hold the weapon more.
I know. I'm gonna get trolled by this weapon. I'm gonna fucking hold it every week. It always happens.
Gotta warm up for when the weapon drops for you.
It'll never drop on heroic, and if we ever kill this on mythic, I'll get it the fucking first or second try. It's happened fucking 2 tiers in a row. I don't even expect anything else now.
Everybody check again. Lusting as soon as phase 3 is stationary. As soon as the transition has begun, please clear the things or don't do it. I don't care. You can do it, you can not do it. I don't care, but it has to be done before we get into the book.
Also, let the ads just come to us. Like, we don't have to go to them in the middle of the room. That's how we're spawning some of these pools in the middle. It's just because we're over.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. They'll come to us. As long as they're up to that range, they don't need to be interacted with until they get close. Okay, everyone's ready.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware. Glory to the master.
Crap. Crap. Baited into the puddle.
Please stop fucking hitting these healing puddles, guys.
Beware. Baited in the puddle twice. Just useless tonight.
Yeah, there's 2 ads.
Storm.
Kill him.
As soon as this is done, make sure the healer's ready to pick the thing up.
Yep.
3 seconds.
It's only gonna be 3 total, so.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Time vendors. Sure you guys are interrupting me. Do not kill those. Gosh.
Beware.
Okay, everything.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Top boss. Use storm thing. Okay, clear. Healer clear, healer clear. It's way over in the side. Or not, just don't do it now.
Yeah, man. Alright.
Do we win a less when he comes down?
Yes.
Ready to use all offense. Here we go. Now, use all offense.
Can't have the Guardian near it, dude.
Anyway,
Can we stop moving the boss?
At 80%, start thinking about stop.
Trying to keep the Guardian away from the boss, Andy. That's why I was moving it. Can't
Don't
move
hit
him.
that.
Can't move it. Did you just taunt it back, dude?
Nope.
Boss is at 90 energy. Get
Stop.
ready to
Stop all damage. Do not apply dots to each other.
Stop.
And as soon as we're out of this, kill these ads.
Storm.
Okay.
Kill him.
Should I get this without standing in that heal? So?
Switch Metro.
Everybody should be standing in this, but everybody's out there AFK, so that's why. Wrap it up.
Do we want to wait till after the cutter? I think we need to wait till after the cutter beam. That way people can also stack in the bubble if they've got the dot or whatever.
I don't know why we're rushing
So-
it. Is it that dangerous?
Well, there's a very small window, like if you just notice where the MC was there. It's like, MC, as soon as it's over, we need to like, put the bubble, we just need to like, do things way more quickly in that last phase. Should go like MC, cutter beams, kill ads really quickly before next set MCs come out.
If we're bubbling that, do we just eat both cutters? We don't even have to move.
Yep.
And I think like when the MC happens, if people can single target and not cleave the ads, like that's the time where you would probably at the end when you would start want to multi-dotting them, because if we pop the storm when they're both at full health and everybody's doing 50% less damage, it just takes forever for those things to fucking die.
Don't take 2 stacks of that if you don't have to. Like, the bubble is going to go away immediately. It's not going to be, like, absorbing 100% of the damage.
Yeah, like take one early and then take the second one as soon as it falls off and then stack in the bubble, kill at.
Exactly.
But during the beam or after it, you're saying?
Like, when the beam has gone by and people have their second stack, they can come and group up for the bubble. I would think would be the time. Maybe just drop it, like, as the beam has gone by. Most
Yeah, like your first beam, like once you go through the first beam, go to the center and drop the bubble, and then just eat the second one, and then everybody needs to, once they eat their second beam, needs to stack in the bubble, kill the other.
I don't know about dropping the bubble in the center, because I think the bubble's probably the surest thing to wipe us if we don't have enough incoming.
Hey, just a point
We're
of
going to be
clarification.
using the bubble and the storm together, though, so the storm is going to eat up the bubble.
What he's saying is if you drop it on the edge and there's still some left, you can stand in the shit on the edge and still absorb it. Plus, there's not like any particular reason why we need to drop it in any.
Yeah, I have a question. The little pink thing that you get under your feet that you're supposed to stand near people with, can somebody explain that mechanic a little clearer?
You can't be healed. The only way anybody staying in the circle next to you, you deal damage to them in a ticking, like 10,000 every couple
Basically
seconds or
leech
something.
health from people and
It leeches health to you. So that's the only way you get healed is by standing on top of other people.
Okay, so you can't have too many people in it, or you shouldn't have, but
Not
like
like
one
one
or
or,
two?
like one.
One or two. One
Okay.
will negate the damage of it, 2 will like actually heal you, but during the times where we take a bunch of damage, 3 is fine, 4 is fine. Like once you're past that, you're just overhealing yourself and doing too much damage.
The big thing is just not overlapping the circles themselves.
In terms of the overlapping too, is it just bad RNG if we have the bubble going with those circles, and that what should the person with the circle do?
Our healing cooldowns are gonna keep us alive through most of that kind of thing, but like Link and stuff like that, it's
So
definitely gonna ramp up towards the end where nobody can be healed anymore. Like if we take too long.
Yeah, you only need to use it when you're actually dying. Otherwise, don't take health from other people. And if you need to heal a bunch of people, you can go onto a bunch of people. But otherwise,
The way most people are dying to it is they're just not leeching from people, and then they're at like 20%, and something else happens, and then they start to leech from people, but they're too low, and it's not fast enough to heal them. So you need to stay at.
Just for clarification though, if the blue water bubble is down and you have that leeching circle, just find like an outer edge of that of the water.
Yeah, try not to hit everybody, but you definitely come in.
Okay.
Nope, taking less damage, so it should be okay.
Yeah, it'll even. We got different things like spirit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. I am a storm of pain. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware. Glory to the master.
Son of a bitch. Son. I'm sorry, guys.
Beware.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off with that. I'm really, really sorry. I'm just frustrated with myself. There's no reason I should be running into those puddles.
Beware.
Swiss cheese, don't stand on that.
wait till the other end is a playable surface away from the mob, and then use the sneak. I don't know if there even is another one. What the fuck?
Let's use it.
Yeah, we're not getting it.
As soon as this is done, be ready to clear.
Thanks, Ren. I accept that 50 DKP minus. Should never let myself go to that.
Sorry.
There's another one, Sarah, if you wanna.
I'm already breaking it.
Make sure marking it with purple so people know where it is. Okay, switch. Bull's going down.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
That last mind bender fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That last mind bender collected. Void spawns.
It's fine, it's not that big a deal.
Dean's coming towards you, Metro.
Beware.
Outside of the room, guys. Get out of the middle. Mind benders.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Is it? As soon as this is done, healer thing, it's over at purple. Somebody be ready.
I got it.
It's the wrong way.
It won't let me pick it up.
Yeah, anyway, we're not.
There we go.
Oh my god. Do not kill the Guardian. Leave it the fuck alone.
What are we doing here? We good now?
Outside, out of the middle, out of the middle, out of the middle. Bloodlust.
Please.
Try to keep this Guardian super far away, so when you get the debuff, it doesn't overlap. Okay, switch.
I can't. It's so stupid. I can't get the trident. It keeps going in these fucking things.
Next Guardian's out. Stop, stop, full stop, full stop, full stop. Please watch the health. Kill ads right after the...
After the beam.
Okay, so now?
Now. This is the thing, both things.
I got it.
Everybody in the bubble, everybody in the bubble.
Where's me?
Keep the Guardian away,
Right.
Metro. Keep the Guardian.
It's fucked.
Like, where are you? Shit.
Unhealable, I have the thing.
Use that's too late.
So I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this, honestly, man. We get 5 heals go off in this phase with bloodlust. Like I don't know how we're gonna kill this fight if that keeps happening. So I'm not sure what we're doing wrong here, but this is undoable at this point. Boss is basically healing more damage than we're doing during bloodlust.
Yeah. 30-some% of the health he has now is from healing.
And one of them was because the trident was in one. It's like I don't know what you're supposed to do.
People need to not stand on top of the weapon.
Yeah, pretty much.
You also, as long as
why
none
I
of
try
them
to use
activate, as soon as you
trident.
grab them, right?
That's why I tried to use the
Grab them
trident.
whenever they're safe.
No, that's why I tried to use the trident in the dead center. So the bubble is there and the trident is there, which there should never be a puddle on it, but every attempt there seems to be a puddle on it.
Because you cast the puddle while we're in the bubble, and it puts it on.
And at that time, the trident was just coming up, and so was a puddle. So it was either try to get in there quickly and get it, which I failed to do, or yeah, either way, hit the puddle.
People just can't stand on the trident.
I mean, the best thing you could really do is just when you're in the bubble, not be in the center of it, be on the edge of it.
Either way, we had 3 popped while we were stacked in the bubble, 1 on the way to, and then 2 while we were stacked in it. So, eat up. It's gonna be very, very difficult to kill this boss like this.
It's just such a DPS race at the end too. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's healing 5%. It's like that's GG. Alright, red check.
Should I find this debuff so I can add it to my thing, because it's not showing up on my actual feed the unworthy, something.
biggest things that everybody in the raid needs to understand, especially DPS, is when he gets to 100 energy in the end and when the puddles are in the ground. If you get a puddle, you're killing us. If you fucking cleave everybody to death, you're killing us. It's like the 2 big things you guys need to worry about.
When you get mind control, by the way, you can still single target. Just don't.
Yes. Any cleave damage you want to stop, but any single target only ability, feel free to use.
melee should just like scatter away from the boss right before that mind control also. Because any like residual effects on the boss are gonna splash onto them if they're right on top of the boss.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I got that double sunfire one pull that was the.
Like the second that the thing hits you, which does enough damage to hurt you anyway, all the melee take like twice as much damage as everybody else.
Sushi. We got an hour left, guys. It's crazy. So this is the focus for tonight. All right, we gotta stop hitting these healing orbs. Gotta lust. Gotta do these things at the right time. We can't keep calling all these mechanics out. We've done this 15 sometimes now. You guys should know. Please do not heal the boss in phase 3. Okay. Everyone is ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime. Beware. His wrath has awakened. Beware. Glory to the master. Beware.
Swiss cheese, don't be in it.
His devoted outnumber the sands.
There's only one.
Use a storm. Yep. Healer, be ready.
Nice to get 2 there.
Yeah.
Mindbender's out.
I dropped it on purple, Salvador.
Thank you. It's
dropping.
They won't let me grab it.
You don't want to grab it now.
No.
Until phase 3 starts.
Hold on, bubbles going down.
There's a heal going on underneath us.
Not bust.
Beware. Glory to the master.
Heal underneath. Shadow or healer one is good.
What's that?
I'm just saying it's at purple. You guys are ready? God damn it.
Don't spread those out.
Use the storm. Right after this, make sure a healer's ready to pick it up after the storm.
Do not hit that heal puddle.
Top boss.
I don't know what skill is there, but I don't know. I think we're in serious trouble there, man. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. I have to drop some people.
Falls upon every path, every dream given form.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just have to drop group 5 at this point and see if we can get this done, because it's fucking 10 o'clock already. We should now. Thanks for coming, everybody. But yeah, unfortunately, this is a little bit too hard to be carrying too many people here.
Unworthy.
Well, that's me.
What's the annihilate? Is that just a random attack?
Annihilate.
Or that's the
is
25%.
dying At 25% health.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a timing thing, because the storm, when we used it, lasted long enough that he did the gift of the old gods thing, whatever it is, that does a burst of damage while it was still up. That was killed like 4 people there.
As soon as all those as soon as the mind bidders come out, you guys got a hard switch to the ads, and like we need to use that thing as soon as possible, just so it's gone. Like we're gonna kill them, no problem. We have plenty of damage to do it, even with the reduction. We just need it gone before anything else happens.
May your feet find good trails.
Eat up.
Minus 20 million on the boss.
Yeah, he lost a ton of health.
Oh wow!
Holy shit! Yeah, he was at 107.
109.
Yeah, I think.
All right, guys. What I'm gonna do?
That's crazy.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Yeah, Bullet. No, I made a lot of mistakes with those puddles myself. I'm fully willing to admit that I was a huge part of that problem. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the stream, take a break. No, I know, Bola. I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna take a break. Then we're gonna switch on over to the charity stream. So, thank you for coming and watching this. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off my supper. I'm gonna switch over to the charity stream, and we'll go and level for like 4 to 6 hours. Okay? Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. We'll be back probably half an hour at most. Probably be closer to 15 minutes. So we'll see you then. Peace.